When last we were together, we had two groups that we split there at the very end. There was a Nasir and Orden were hurrying off back towards the sewers entrance back by the house, trying to get down to Findazzle. The problem with Findazzle at this point is that he's in a little area which had collapsed. He got up into his little rope trick air room, and that's going to hold him for an hour. But once that's done, he rematerializes into an area there's nowhere to rematerialize. You know this because Zickle was able to pass a message. She's in some strange form. Either she's dead and haunting the area or something else is going on, but she's been meandering around. Mal's the only one that could see her, and she was writing notes to him. She did the same thing with Findazzle and was able to talk to him a little bit, and at least by messages, and so was able to get his situation. He's fine now. He's just a little worried about what's going to happen in 45 minutes or whatever it is we're down to. Before you went off to help Eleander, Anders sent one of his fastest and not smartest rushing off to get to dwarves to see who else to deal better with a cave-in than the dwarves. So he went rushing off to tell them about the situation and that it was under your orders, and hopefully that they will send someone down as quickly as they can.
Willie went with him too to be sure they got the message.
Oh, okay, perfect. So at that point, then, you guys went off to deal with Eleander and defeated the one group of bully wugs, and then that's when the group split. Well, one group went off to try to rescue the rest of the captured villagers. The two of you went off then, heading on back, and that's where we pick up then, with the two of you passing by where you fought the were animals and stuff. You can see your house just down a couple hundred feet off in the distance there, and the area where the cave entrance is. And there's multiple sewer entrances over there. One being in the restaurant or the inn, the snap line. That was at the inn that was near your house. And then there was also an old entrance in the cave behind you, some boulders and stuff. It was like an old service entrance. So what we're going to do is we'll pick up from there. We'll start off with Orden and Nasir, and then we're going to bounce back and forth every bit. Orden and Nasir, as you guys are heading back up, as you're getting closer to the downtown area, the feeling is getting a little bit more hysterical. There's more panic going on. The fires are getting louder. There's more people rushing around. You can hear the sound of violence here and there and screams around town and stuff as this feeling of building panic is starting to go. And you're getting this feeling that this isn't going to go well if this doesn't turn around pretty soon. The dragons are still going at it overhead. Little bits of fire and acid and blood falling from the sky once in a while as these two dragons are battling it out in the sky overhead. And still, minions are climbing out of the swamps. You see shadows running around out there in the city as you're heading up to the north. You know that they aren't all human that are running around out there. You can see them dashing between the buildings, chasing people, things happening out there. So what we're going to do is there's a certain level of panic before this city goes full chaos. So what we're going to do is on every one of these major encounters or deeds or something or other, I'm going to introduce a dice type roll, and basically the city is going to have a hit points level. And when it runs out, they're done here. Everybody's just going to go complete chaos running, and there won't be any way to control it all. The way to battle that is to see if you can calm things down, help people out, just general try to be leaders in this town and stop things from going full nova.
Where are we at now then? Because I feel like we've done a good amount of that already.
Yeah. So I'm going to start the dice rolls after this next fight then type of thing, and we'll go from there. And more of it will become clear of why it's going on as this happens. So,
Yeah, we've done two things,
yes.
but two pretty major things.
Yes, they were actually. So as we get there, we'll start off then with you two just passing the were-rats and everyone. You can see just up the road then, and we'll switch maps on that.
So, what is that giant croc doing, by the way?
You guys sort of left it behind a bit. It was back there by the fields. I mentioned and you sort of marched on because it was another distraction. So it looks to be heading more towards the southeast side of town, the poor side that your ship's docked down there, but otherwise you rarely go down there.
Okay. Last I thought you said it was following us. That's why I want to make sure.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be anymore.
So it's heading down towards like the Star Dock and down here, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm following Warden.
Okay, E6. There it is.
You sunk my battleship.
Nope, I just moved everybody. Well, we'll just switch everybody back and forth so nobody gets bored.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's ditch all these people
Actually,
and we'll drag out new ones.
actually, what did the Hunt Master do after we finished off basically with him here? Did he go back into the Hunters Guild?
No, he went and joined Anders trying to help them out in case they ran into anything down below.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure he was actually helping and not like hiding. Good deal.
Okay, so there's an Orden, a very small Orden.
Is that me? I guess this
That's-
one's me.
That one's you, and who's that? Let's
Yeah,
do that.
That's
Oop, killed him.
alternate world me.
Ah. I'm gonna make Orden a little bigger for this map since everything's already tiny. All right. What would you two like to do besides continue up this road?
Nasir's just basically following Orden to make sure he doesn't go alone.
Yep, and I think we determined we can't do anything invisible because you had concentration on something else. You had concentration on a summoned
The undead thing that helped us out.
Pinky. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go invisible if it's necessary, but that would mean leaving the other group without my assistance. And I can basically go invisible. I have my staff, and then I'm tapped until I get a short rest.
So Orden is he still has that cloak of many fashions. He's gonna turn it into make it look just like a regular old, nothing fancy brown cloak. Put the hood up and try to be somewhat inconspicuous as they're hurrying north.
Actually, can you disguise yourself? Do you have magic for that?
I should. Let me look here. Oh, I don't. I don't have alter self prepared nor disguise. So
If you need, if you need to go invisible, I can basically make myself less noticeable. But there is a risk though.
well, let's. I think we're good now, unless if something tries to accost us on the way, we can always turn invisible, sidestep that.
I'm gonna turn Godzilla down. Hold on.
All right,
That was loud.
So since these things are like crocodiles, bullywugs, all that other kind of stuff, is most of the ick climbing up out of the river?
Swamp and river, yes. More of the swamp area. Well, it's hard to tell because they're coming from the southeast, which is pretty much swamp.
Yeah, but the swamp, the actual like swamp proper is like well out of town. So I'm assuming they're basically swimming from the swamp into the river, up the river, and then climbing out of the river to attack the town. Is that right?
Let me switch you back real quick. And I'll switch everybody just so nobody's the same confusion. Where's the damn map icon? There it is.
On the town map, I didn't see anywhere that I identified as actually swamp. Like the swamp starts over here, right?
So let's scroll this bad boy all the way out. Hold on. Okay, well, my map's locked. It's everything to the southeast of that forest.
Oh, like this stuff down here.
I can't see this down here because everything's locked on my side.
Okay, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it now on the other map. Yes, that's all swamp.
Okay, so yeah, that's well. But so basically, yeah, it's from well outside the bounds of town. Are they just walking in, or are they basically like swimming up the river and then like jumping out to like attack at different points?
Just walking in.
Okay.
Just from random points. It doesn't seem to be organized at all.
All right, so there's really no way we're going to be able to effectively cut them off, because basically, I assume that at this river here, there's actually no way across it from at this point.
Nope, all the way on up to the big bridge is the only way to get across that.
Yeah, so depending on where they come through, there's no way to actually for Eleander's people to actually stop them from coming in. If Eleander's people are on this side of the river and they came this side of the river, it's like, oh well.
Exactly.
So the best we can do is basically protect the people, and try and get the people consolidated in a safe location. We really can't basically stop them from basically getting into town.
That would be true.
Orden has a plan on how to get him out when we get there, but obviously he's going to have to see what the situation is before he knows if it can work or not. But potentially, it's just going to be us getting there, seeing it, Orden casting a few spells, and then we're done.
Okay.
All right, then I take it. Then I actually am going to. So Orden clearly looks like a gnome, right?
That's
Okay,
Oh.
which means that any of the enemies that spot Orden are immediately going to be gunning for him big time, because they all know that basically to go after the gnome.
Well, and he's got the brown cloak on with the hood up, so but he's gonna look like a halfling or a gnome or a small dwarf or whatever.
He says, "Would you like to attempt a deception in case we are noticed?"
Certainly.
All right. You see, Nasir reaches up and touches the circlet at his brow, and you see his face sort of basically shifts. Sprout's hair starts elongating. He turns into what looks like a were rat of roughly the same proportions. Then he pulls a rope out of his pouch, ties into a collar, takes one end and hands the other to Orden.
So, like, I'm leading you, or you'd be leading me as if I were a prisoner?
No. Yes, you're my prisoner.
Yep,
This may or may not work. I do not know, but at least if we were attacked, although that means the militia may attack us instead. But perhaps at least then you can perhaps explain to them. I'd say the militia are less a problem than the others. So
He'll have Nasir just loop the rope around his wrists a few times so it's not tied. Like he can get out of it easily enough, but at least looks at a glance like it is.
Yep, just a deception. All right. Just tell me where to go, and I shall lead.
I'm not sure on this map. I felt like the snapping line was way up in the northwest, right?
No, that's
Or,
them.
No.
That's a gold coin something, right? I can't remember the name of the joint.
Basically, from the Hunters Guild, we just head to the north. Head to the north, and when you get to the crossroads. Crossroads it's east, and the snapping line's right there.
I see. Yep.
Yeah. You giant.
I think the sewer entry we were looking for was the one either behind the townhouses or near that area.
There's one in the snapping line and there's one behind the townhouses. The snapping line would be quicker because basically it's closer to our objective, but it depends on the situation at the snapping line.
It's on fire.
Yeah, if need be, we can just basically go into here. I believe this cave right here is where our entrance is.
Yep.
All right. So if we hear chaos coming from the snapping line, I'll just avoid, go past the bakery and the townhouses, and go into the one in the little hillside there.
Yes, there is chaos coming from the snapping line. You can hear screams and shouts, and you can see the edges of people running out the front of it towards the downtown area, towards the market and the river.
Over there, they're bloody well going to want us to help, and I'll be damned if I wouldn't be unable to not oblige.
Is there a bunch more of you guys here too? Distant too.
Yeah. Nasir just shrugs and doesn't answer that, and just keeps walking.
So, by the time you get to we're going to jump back to the other guys in a moment here. You get up to the cave entrance, and you can hear sound down there. The gates are wide open. You can tell the people have been coming in this way. There's various personal items of folks that look like like refugees have been dropping things. A bag here and there, a kid's toy, some food, and so forth, sort of scattered around the entrance as it goes to the big stairwell. The big hole with the handheld ladder that goes down 100 feet by ladder down into the earth, where the old ancient sewers are. And while you're there, figure out what you guys want to do, and then I'm going to bounce over to the other guys because they're not too far behind you. They had a whole other battle.
Real quick, I'll request an update for my wisp. Where are the dwarves?
The dwarves are already down below.
At the site we need to dig.
Yes.
Roger.
There's a couple down there, and we'll get you more details. But there's been problems. They were attacked. All right, let's bounce to the other folks. So back over then to out into the woods. You guys start heading out of the woods, I take it? After you've already defeated the second group of bullywugs, freed the people, where do you want to go from there?
I believe our plan was, because we weren't too far behind the other two, was to try and catch up to them as fast as possible.
And it sounds like some serious stuff's going on in town, so maybe we should see if Silly Larry can see us do some good jobs, helping people out on the way.
So yes, I'll add in our Deacon Diggle back into the storyline at this point, that he had to go get the basket. It wasn't with him. So he's retrieved it. Unfortunately, now he's come after the two of you. You've already done all these things and battled all these creatures out here. He comes huffing and puffing through the woods with this basket slamming against his side, rushing up, looking around, going, it's over.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is the basket charged?
No, it wasn't here. We have to keep doing it more.
Oh my God. Isn't she a god? This thing?
No, she's not omnipotent.
What if I yelled at her?
You can try that. Shall we go, though?
Oh, yeah.
And he starts pointing back towards town, going, there's problems there. There's the creatures are gotten around everybody. There's more than just what we fought here. The town's going to hell.
What are we walking into? Are they just intermingled? I mean, is there a spot that you saw that we could head them off?
Any direction? If it's not these creatures coming out of the swamps, it's these people feeding on each other now. It's going crazy out there. There's looting happening. Houses are on fire.
What do you think, guys? Should we check it out?
Yeah, most definitely.
Go.
This does sound like it might pose an issue.
So, getting back onto the road then, rushing back on down the road here with Deacon as well, and Eleander is following you with most of his men. Some of them have been detached to help the other folks go back into town. He tells you that as you guys are marching up there, that there's a line being held on the other side of the bridge. That they're backing up there to the other side of the bridge, and they're being able to hold them off. For some reason or other, some of the creatures won't even cross the bridge, and other ones they've been able to funnel them in and take them out with archers. So they've been holding that area. So that's the fallback. If you find anybody, either get them to Anders' house and down below out of the fire range, or if they're closer to the bridge, try to get them across the bridge. Doesn't help versus the dragons, he says, looking up at the sky, but it helps versus everything on the ground.
So you're saying there's a whole bunch of creepy creatures on this side of the bridge?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
And he says, this side, if things don't turn around, the peninsula is going to be lost. We have to try to deal with this on this side at this point.
He'll look back at everybody else as we're running. Any ideas?
Without seeing what's going on there exactly, it's going to be hard to come up with any kind of plan.
So
let's
get
big again, right?
Hmm?
You can get big again, right?
Once more today.
All right, good.
So I'm going to drop his big party icon on here. Oh, if I can find it. That wasn't that big.
But yes, we should head there as soon as we can if we are going to formulate a plan of how to save the peninsula.
There we go.
Perhaps the creatures are afraid to cross bodies of water?
You get to the crossroads there. Which way would you like to go? You can sort of make out off in the distance. You can see Nasir and Orden are just passing the back of your houses. Whatever distance that is, it weighs.
What do we see in this area? Like, what's going on at Andrew's house too? And I mean, that's the way I would think we want to head. But
Well,
What's
the
up,
only
baby?
downside of getting to Anders' house is that he's on a bit of a hill there. You can sort of see the outlines of it on the map here. So you would either have to lose time huffing up and down the hill on the other side, or choose to go around it in some other way. To the south side of town, because Mal, you've spent the most time meandering the city, is the slums, the poor side, the fishing houses, those types of things, as well as the church with the town cleric in it, the church of. God, he calls her the bitch queen, but it's the goddess of the ocean. I can't remember her name is at the moment.
Probably not Cyrrollalee's friend.
Ah, no, Umberlee. That's what it was. Umberlee is not a good god. The good god of the ocean is gone, and so now there's only an evil god. And so he is the cleric that I won't call it worships, but sends sacrifices, placates, and tries to help out the fishermen here by, making her happy and turn her gaze elsewhere. So that's him down that way as well in the cemeteries. And in the big old fields. Up in the middle of town, of course, is where all the merchants are, the major buildings, the nobles, the rich folk, and everything else. Until you cross the bridge, and you know that area. That's where Rosnar and Eleander and everybody lives up on the hillside. So, from that, which way would you like to go?
To the people, wherever the most people are at town center.
Yeah. So from here, what kind of sort of issues can we see in the town? Can we see?
Well, I get it good. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do random encounters for this one. I have a big table of them for this exact venture. So, who's someone elect themselves or someone a leader in your group? Who's out front, I guess.
Mal puts on his captain's hat.
That's what I was about to say, Captain Mal.
All right. I don't know if I'd follow Mal, but okay.
Dora will follow him blindly.
It's pretty good to follow him because he's so he's kind of small, so you can see over him.
There you go. If that's that Ordnance, you can hide behind him too.
Let me know if you guys think I should do anything different. But let's go north.
So give me, Mal, then 5 die 6 roll, because it's 5 different die 6 tables, and I'm gonna go left to right on here.
16. Or 2 1.
Just 2 1 5 5 is what it is. That'll work. Okay, so heading then, I guess, cross country. Since you wanted to get to the town, unless you want to run along the river, which way would you like to go? Northwest, north?
Well, I think stick around the road and then come up to the crossroads up here and check down, just see down the main street and see what's going on. That is what he would think.
Okay, well, anybody have any disagreements?
No, that sounds good to me.
Good lay of the land.
Getting up to that corner, then, what you can see is the you don't see any sign of Nasir and Orden at this point. The to your left, though, is let's switch maps. E5. He's so tiny. Okay, so no sign in as you get up to the top here. There's no more sign of Orden or Nasir. They seem to have probably gone down into the caverns or something. Looking to the left, I take it. Correct me if that's wrong, Nasir and Orden. You were going down, right?
That's Jordan.
Okay.
I assume so.
Okay. So looking then to the left over by the inn, you can hear screams coming from there, and there's some action, and you see some folks around the bottom area trying. It looks like they're doing something, perception checks. At the same time, though, you can see upstairs is somebody screaming out one of the windows upstairs. The building's on fire, and it looks to be either a halfling or a child screaming out there, and you can see maybe a motion behind it, like there might be a few people back there.
Mal, take a look.
Okay, yes. What you can see is down at the bottom through the smoke, there looks to be about 3 or 4 people inside who are looting the building. They're piling up some packages. They're putting them into bags and stuff. They're inside the inn there. Upstairs above them, though, are a bunch of kids screaming, and as the building's on fire, it looks like they've been trapped upstairs somehow.
How long has it been since we left Iliander's? Generally.
We should get some timelines going here, since there is a timeline with bad things happening. It was an hour there, 10. Let's call everything that's happened so far since you woke up, went down there, dealt with Sanders all the way out there, back and forth. Let's call that all about 25 minutes. Anybody think that seems too long? I think that seems reasonable.
So we got about 35 minutes before
Yeah.
Disneyland croaks.
As well as the town starts going crazy as well.
I mean, if basically going basically, what was that, maybe like a quarter of the town's distance, took basically like half our allotted time. That's gonna be a rough. That means basically we literally have no choice but to do good deeds.
That's what I was asking.
Small
How many
area.
people? So what do you think would be a more reasonable time? I always have a hard time bouncing between 6 seconds on up to walking across town out to the woods and so forth.
Can you go back to the big map?
Personally, if when it comes to solving these kinds of things, I don't think we should. I think we should focus on getting people out rather than trying to like stop any potential looting that's going on or something.
Children.
I think
Yeah,
we can
like-
do a drive-by stopping, just like run past them, just knock the shit out of their hands, slap them once or twice, say get the fuck
I mean,
out of
but
here,
like,
and then go
yeah, I
upstairs
mean,
and help.
I feel like that might be more trouble than it's worth, though. Just kind of, the type of people that are gonna loot are sort of the when shit starts to go down, they'll get themselves out,
I think we're more about the
Yeah,
kids
okay,
upstairs.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, screw the guys who are looting. Let's just go get the kids that are upstairs. Don't even bother with them.
Okay. Well, Adam, you give me an opinion on that one. What would you guys like to do at there?
I was gonna say we gotta save those kids. Silly Larry, are you looking? Are you looking? We're gonna go save these kids. He looks back to make sure everyone's following.
So,
The entire building's on fire.
Bits of it.
All right.
so we
How
moved about-
how high are the kids in this building?
Second floor.
Sorry, Adam.
Second floor. All
Are
right. Well, I
stairs
mean,
easily accessible?
Not from the outside, no. And Mal, you know this place. In fact, you're looking at that window going, hey, that's the window we jumped out of.
Know how
This
to
is-
get up there.
This is the end where you cornered Sambalay and jumped and chased her out the window.
Nice.
And those kids are in the same room.
I guess before any more questioning, I'm gonna summon my swarm to help me fly up there.
you can fly.
As he takes off.
Power of bugs.
Try and catch
Power.
the ball, guys. He looks at the other two, and Thorin and Rakir, and he runs up and starts climbing up the side.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
well, you guys are there. We're going to bounce over real quick then. Actually, it'd probably take them the whole time just to get down those steps. Do you have any way faster down those stairs, Orden and Nasir, than climbing? That's survivable?
Yeah, it's that last part. Nope, Nasir's just got 2 arms and 2 legs. I mean, technically, I do have a way, but I don't want to do that.
Okay. Ah, there, I knew I had the end somewhere. I had archived the map. Okay, so you guys, Orden, same as you?
Yeah.
Just heading hand over fist on down?
Yep.
All right, let's bounce over real quick then. So you hear Deacon Diggle in the background giving prayers up and trying to get the attention of his goddess as he sees you guys are going to try to go do something heroic. Oh, old map.
That was good.
And let's take Merrick off, and Halvden's gone.
It's old now.
Yeah. Let's just delete everybody off.
This is where we hunted down Cyrrollalee.
Yeah. Well, and Odo. Oops, Tiny Odo. And Kier and Thorin. And you guys put yourself in whatever order you want, whatever side of the building you want. And I will throw a couple tokens on there for commoners. So that's the kids are up in here.
What story were they on? The second or third?
Second.
you said?
Second floor.
In that same room where we fought Sam Belay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Right,
shoot!
Thorin.
I should probably go up.
Thorn, I'll get on your shoulders, and then we'll be able to grab them much easier.
Get one more in there.
You
All right.
laugh, but
We can do this.
we can.
There.
Okay, they're
I do
not
like that.
monsters.
Yeah. That all
Man,
these
those
people.
children are ugly.
Yeah, they're just random tokens. Okay,
Maybe
so
we should rethink this, guys.
and let's get rid of these guys. There. Get rid of her.
All right.
These are my looters down here.
We don't
Which
care
we're gonna
about
put-
them.
So, you guys are coming around the outside of the building. You haven't gone inside yet. What would you like to do then as you go around the outside of the building? You get to the window down below. Mal said you were climbing up, did you say?
Yep, I'm gonna climb up, and as I'm going up, I'm gonna Batman style pull out a rope, so once he gets inside, tie it off, and get an exit going for these kids.
Okay, let me throw some fire on here. So you're going to have to do some weird thing on the edges here. We're going to toss some fires on this building real quick. Good enough. All right, good enough. That'll work for now. Except for these stairs. You can't get up the stairs without going into the fire. All right, so now that you got where the fire is, you can see that there's fire down below. You can't go straight up. You're going to have to do something because the first floor is engulfed in fire down on the corner there, on the northeast corner. Where are you going now? And let's just do an encounter. Let's do initiative and call this official. Okay, and what we're going to do is, Orden, Nasir, go ahead and throw yourselves on that initiative. You can as well, but I'll put your characters on this map so you can. And when I want to bounce every other round. Let's just do that instead. I'll keep a separate initiative roll. Don't just roll on the sheet here in the chat, and I'll keep track of it when we get around to the next round. And every other round we'll swap sides. Oh, good lord. Nice job.
Nice.
Okay. And I'm going to roll for initiative for the fire. And that's when it's going to advance or do something different. Does anybody have any macros they could test to see if they're working?
None in this one.
Oh, well, that one worked. Okay. All right, Odo. You're at the bottom of the building there. Right where you're standing there, the building's engulfed in fire. Not on the second floor, though, where the kids are, but the bottom floor at that spot where you're standing is engulfed. You might want to, if you had more room on the map, I'd ask you to step back a little bit.
I will definitely like to try to fly above the fire, around the fire to this window here. I don't know
Okay.
how hot the fire is coming off that window, but
Nope, that didn't
Ooh.
work.
Oh.
I was going to try to move everything, but I forgot different layers. So the window on the bottom floor is engulfed and actually busted in. You can fly up and around as you were doing. That one's fine. You can see inside. You see, is that 7 kids in there of teenage age? No, 6 kids and a lady who maybe a caretaker or something, and they're all in here. She's got like wet blankets tossed over the top of them, and they're huddling in an area, trying to get by the windows.
Is the window open or closed?
It is closed.
I would try to shout through the window. Back up, and punch through it.
Okay, well, you don't even need to roll for that. You shatter the glass. Glass goes flying in everywhere. You burst into it, into the room. How far do you want to go in? I guess you can move yourself. Oops.
Probably just stand at the window and be like, give me the smallest children's. However many I can carry.
Busted through the window. Give me your smallest children.
Covered in bugs that are lifting him into the air. I think we're going to need a roll because they don't know you that much yet. You're not one of the old timers yet.
You know,
Go
that's
ahead.
fair. That's fair.
Let's do a. You pick the charisma skill because I know that's one of your strong points, and and let's see what happens here.
Yeah, no, that doesn't matter no matter what I choose.
Hey, that's not bad.
There you go.
They rolled a 1.
Cool.
Yes, they are following. They are.
Smartest ones first.
They are. You got the smartest one in first instead. He's getting the hell out. So, one of the kids all scream as you come up there. The glass shatters in. They look around, and let's give initiative for the kids to see when they can go. 1d20.
About how many do you think I can carry?
Oh, they're going right after you. Kids are terrified. I have no idea. They never put anything in there for flight. Is there anything on your flight that mentions weight or anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
Logically, I'd say whatever your carrying capacity is, you could.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So 3 or 4.
Perfect.
More than that are going to be hard to hold on to.
Yeah. I will grab one in each arm and have one latch around my neck, I guess.
Leave the little ones.
Okay. I think that's going to be about it for you, though, holding them on up. And only you can use your move pretty much getting in here.
Yeah.
So we will move on to... Well, actually, it's Rakir's next, and the kids are going to go. Anything else you want to do before Rakir goes?
No, just kind of like be halfway out the window and grabbing onto them as fast as I can.
Okay. Rakir.
I will sort of walk around to about as close as I can to the window, because I'm assuming this is where he'll be sort of escorting them out. You know, either here or here. Yeah, and I'll try to, just in case anything happens, just be in position. I'll ready in action to sort of respond or catch someone, just in case something bad happens. But that'll be it.
Okay. So, at this point, then you get covered in kids. Then Odo, four of them are grabbing onto you on different angles. Are you inside or outside?
I was kind of hoping to be like an half in, half out, like my upper body inside, my legs kind of outside, so I can
Okay.
do this quicker.
With that smash, then, just for incidental, make a con save, just to see if you take any damage from the glass shattering through it. Face first. If you do, it'll be a D2. Not a problem. Okay. Shield it with your arms. So, four kids are climbing up on you, holding on to him. One of them is crying, and the other one's going, go, 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 go! The old lady is run to the other window. We'll put her here, crushing over the top of the bed. These kids are all over you. And they're screaming out the window, looking for help, as you've got the four of them. Thorin. And Mal, why are you going last? Thorin.
Very slow. Doing the Batman
Supervising.
walk, remember?
Yeah.
You said that people were like hanging out this window right here in front of Thorn, or on top of
Yes.
above Thorn. All right. Thorn's gonna back up about 5 feet, and he has a grappling hook that he's bought a while ago, and he's gonna finally use that. He's gonna take that out and start swinging and try to throw it through the window. He's gonna yell out from the back, "Back up from the window!" and just throw it through the window if you can.
Okay, I'll call that your entire turn, though. But
Yeah, that's fine
make
with
the
me.
roll. Dragging it out of your bag and unrolling
Oh,
it.
just a straight up dex roll.
Yeah, that's fine. Just to make sure you get in the right hole. Because I know those are hard. I've tried. But I'm not a 6th level fighter. All right, it bounces on the first shot. Well, I'll give you an advantage on that one. It's not that big a deal. You're right there, and you got the time.
All right.
So it makes it shatters in on there. It doesn't grab on anything on that round, but it is in the window as it shattered through.
And after he throws through, he's gonna yell up there, "If you can, secure it and climb down."
Okay,
And,
the little boy who is holding his action for someone to try to save his ass ties it onto something.
All right, and then
but he can't
Thorn
go.
will end his turn there. Thorn will end his turn there, waiting for the people to start kind of coming down.
Okay, now you see a rope's gone up through the window above you as you're climbing around. The only problem is there is fire down at the bottom where the rope goes into, and the bottom of the rope actually is getting into the fire area.
Oh shit!
Is there a well nearby?
Not too far. How far is your spell run?
Spell is I think 30.
Oh, it's a lot more than that. There's one behind your house. Oh no, there's one behind here. Yes, you can get to the one here. I wish it was a luck roll in this game.
I get to reroll once.
That sounds like luck to me. Because unfortunately you need water in the bucket, not in the bottom of the well down there.
Right.
So roll 1d20 and add your wisdom. We'll call that a connection with the universe.
We'll just roll a wisdom roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Or wisdom save, I guess. 10's not going to cut it. There is a bucket there, but it's empty.
All right, he's gonna send it down.
With Mage Hand, or you're running over there, or what?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, he'll run over there.
Okay, because I thought you were
Okay,
running on the building.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Right.
Was he on the building or? has
Not
he
yet,
moved
no.
up there? Okay.
You're right,
So
you're
he's-
good.
Yeah. Change of plans. The rope's already up there. That was what he was gonna do. So he's gonna get that bucket all the way down as fast as he can, get it up here, and then try and start putting out the fire. He needs a fireman's hat.
He really does. He's been putting a lot out.
Roll 2 die 6 minus 1, Mal. And that's going to be the distance the well is from you. in squares.
Okay.
But it was 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He'll take. Okay, so then he'll get halfway there, or he's about 15 feet away.
So that's where it is, looking at it from the top floor, and then we'll put it the exact same spot on the bottom one. So it's not 2 wells. Okay.
He's there, and he'll use Mage Hand to just start pulling on the bucket to get it down to the water.
Okay. Done. Anything else?
Yeah. Stinky, fill that bucket up and bring it over here.
Oh.
He'll use his bonus action to get back.
Oh yeah, him.
Alright.
To get back close to the fire.
An undead spirit does what is commanded to the best of its ability.
Okay.
That sounds ominous.
I know. What exactly did you say again? Let's rewind that.
Stinky, fill up that bucket and bring it over here.
It sounds
He never
okay.
specified what he had to fill it with.
Yeah.
Good. And that will be it. He used his bonus action to dash back.
All right, so these guys are starting to head out. Oh, come on, fire. To the back. Okay. And then I guess he's dealing with the bucket. Back over to the other group, which should be... We're going to take everybody, and I'll drop tokens when we get there. So we'll give you going down this ladder a bit quicker. We'll say that you guys were doing more like the fireman thing, where you slide down with your feet and hands. All right. And
And?
sorry, soundtrack changes.
Oh, gotcha.
I need to have like a little cue or something. And as we check cutscenes, there. So down in the sewers then. Not much has changed down here, except for there isn't a little campsite of some thieves down here. The last time you were here, there were. Otherwise, it looks identical. It's the dark area below. You could hear the sound off in the distance ahead somewhere of the chink sound of metal, probably pickaxes. Orden automatically knows it's pickaxes.
To the north, right?
Straight to the west.
Okay.
I forget, where's the torch marker?
Need a torch.
Yeah, this here doesn't have his little buddy, so he's going to light a torch.
Oh. Old school. You don't really need a torch, so I'll just give you light.
That's fine.
Lighting torch.
Yeah, just give me 20.
Did it work? Let me ditch this torch and see if it worked.
I think so. Yeah, because I
Cool.
can see.
Yay.
Cool.
APIs are working. All right.
All right,
We'll step to the door and look both ways to make sure the room is clear, and then skedaddle down the west
Alright.
hall.
Okay. And we'll
Nasir-
jump to the initiatives you rolled when we actually get into combat. I'll keep them handy here.
Nasir is basically going to be sneaking along as quietly as possible while leading Orden by his leash and trying to avoid any trouble. So just let us know when we hit something that would cause us to do anything different than just proceed forward.
Okay. You guys want to make some perception checks first?
Holy mother.
Nice one. Orden. Off somewhere in the distance, with that roll, you can actually tell where. It's to the west, the same direction as the pick noises. You can hear the sound of crying.
I'll make sure to tell Nasir.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. Maybe Findazzle? Those things don't keep sound inside.
Nasir just shrugs, not really knowing what to make of it, but they have to continue forward to see what's going on. Actually, he looks to Orden. Do you want to go invisible and scout?
Sure. Let me make sure. Well, and he says,
A scream off in the north somewhere.
well, if the dwarves came through here, it should be clear, but should be doesn't always mean is. Let me make sure I've got a scroll. I do have a scroll of invisible. Sure, we'll go ahead and turn invisible to do a little scouting.
All right, Nasir will use the circlet to basically return himself to normal, just so he doesn't get immediately jumped by the dwarves if they show up.
Okay. It's about a 6-foot drop. You could either jump off the edge there with a quick, easy dex 10 DC or take the stairs around the corner.
You said a 6-foot drop?
Yeah. Because Findazzle's in this direction, right?
To the west. Straight west.
Orton would sit on his butt on the edge and then hop down.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dex roll at advantage then, since you took the time.
Save or just a dex check, acrobatics or
Acrobatics thing. Luckily it's at advantage, so that's okay.
Nasir here's a little oof.
Yeah. Oof, and some metal scraping a little bit along the wall.
And then he just had straight. He'd tell Nasir, if I whistle, that means it's clear. So that way he doesn't have to walk all the way back if it is.
All right. Nasir will nod and basically move himself back in here to be out of line of sight, and he'll just listen.
Oh, do you have a sending stone on you?
If you get to the dwarves without any issue, Willie will be there. He will tell me.
Okay, that works.
Actually, we're not all that far away. Actually, 1 second. What's the situation with the dwarves? You said you have some additional information. Now that it's pertinent.
Oh, yes. So the dwarves were attacked a while ago. Something came out of the cave-in. They were digging out moving rocks, and something slithered out of the cave-in and attacked them. It then took form, some sort of blob thing, and with eyes and mouths, and attacked and killed a couple of them. They were able to drive it back again, but it's not gone. They could hear it on the other side of the rock.
Was it wailing and like gibbering?
I don't know if the wisp knows what the word gibbering is, but yes.
The wisp is smarter than I am.
Okay.
He has intelligence 13.
Yes. He tells you you're mispronouncing gibbering, but yes.
So is this? So can Nasir assume that this was the gibbering mouther that we failed to kill the last time we were down here?
Does sound like it.
Well, shit. Knew we should have killed that thing. All right. Then Nasir will relay that information to Orden, and then he will actually summon the wisp back, and then send the wisp to go watch over Orden as he goes, since the wisp can be invisible too.
Okay.
How would he know where to find me if I'm invisible?
What's your stealth?
Yeah, good point. All right, Orden. Marching ahead.
Yep.
Okay, as you're going along, you're seeing more and more items that have been dropped behind. Things have fallen behind as drag it along. That is way too big.
What is that?
It's looks like maybe a bag of grain or feed or something like that someone discarded in their run down here. Crossing the bridge there with the water trickling underneath it. You can hear noises off in the distance somewhere, but you can't really tell which direction. As you get closer, though, you can start to hear and the sound of the dwarves working here. Let me drop them on the map, and you'll be able to see them too. Actually. Oh, we'll just use commenters again. This room here is lit by various lanterns. There's right in front of you is a watermelon. There's junk all over the place, things that have been dropped, food items. It looks like people were making a campsite here, and then the creature must have happened. There's bits of blood smears here and there, and as you get closer to the area where the rocks are, where I'm going to eventually drop some tokens on there, is where all the dwarves are at working. They have pickaxes in their hands. Copperlocks is there as well. She's covered in sweat and dirt and is lifting a big rock and moving it to the side and helping some other folks. And they're fighting with the mess here, dealing with it.
We'll approach Copperlocks and say, I'm here, and watch her jump 10 feet with satisfaction.
That's right, you're invisible.
Chuckle a little bit. He'll explain, I'm going to stay invisible for now, just in case. But how deep is Findazzle? Like, how far into this thing?
I imagine the wisp probably gave them that info because it could travel through.
Yep, that's the first thing the wisp would have done.
Because you mentioned that before. Oh, I got to get you out of there. Random size. There they are. Okay. Now I got various people I can move around. It is a good distance. Let me see. It is, no snapping, about 60 feet. The guy's 60 feet before it opens back up again to a clear area. He is about 50 feet in from here.
Fuck's sake, man. You really want to kill this dude. I was thinking 10, 15, 20 tops. If we've got an hour, I don't think there's any conceivable way to go 50 feet in an hour. That's fucking a lot of digging.
So I imagine you'll say those exact words to her as well, but she agrees with you as well. I don't know how we're going to pull this off. Is your orc friend helping? And she motions back over your shoulder.
Orc friend. He looks back the way she's pointing. I'm not sure what you mean.
Over in the room to the north, you see a bunch of blankets and stuff, materials and things stupid things people tried to save. And among all of them is someone you recognize as well. It was the orc who you saw on board that ship that was sinking, that was being attacked by the Kraken that you were on. the druid orc, which we'll toss a bit on there, who was also a worshiper of Loth or something like that. And he looks around and he has his hands up in the areas. He's looking about. Are they coming? I was told they were coming here.
He'll
The
say
orc
to
says.
Copperlocks, "Who is he talking about?"
She whispers, I think he's talking about you. He's talking to me. He thinks he knew you were coming here before you got here, and he showed up. He's been waiting.
Waiting for what?
For you.
He didn't offer to help or anything? Like, so if he's a worshiper of Lolth, I'm assuming he's not our friend. I don't remember the orc guy, but that's been a long time ago.
Yes, it was. He was, to give you a quick summary, he was basically, I guess to sum it quickly, he's an evil druid who was on that ship, and all the little creatures and stuff were all worth of him, but you all never really went up against each other, which happens a lot when this year's around, is that you all ended up just sort of letting him go, and he didn't attack you, and you actually got him back to land, and then he took off to the south somewhere. But he never actually ended up fighting you guys. Or even making any hostile actions.
Oh yeah. Ugly.
Is the wisp is invisible too?
Yep.
Orden will assume the wisp is somewhat nearby and say in a low voice, yet not a whisper, "Are you catching all this, Nasir?"
Yes.
Mark twice for yes, once for no.
Okay, well, I'm really.
Do not trust the druid.
No, of course not. I'm really stressed over Fendazzle. I don't know how we're gonna get 50. I had a total plan to get him out, but not if there's 50 feet of rock between us and him. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and use. I'm sure a couple of these spells can do the trick, but we'll call it minor illusion. Well, actually, if I cast that, I'm gonna become visible, huh?
Stow a sheet over your head.
You don't see me.
Just so you can be visible, but you're still invisible.
Well, shit. Then he will move about there. Let's see, what are you doing here, orc? How could you possibly have known we were coming?
Are you visible or invisible?
Still invisible.
Okay. He jumps, looks around. Oh, thanks the gods. I have news for you, but it can wait till after this. Am I speaking with... He thinks... Is that Orden?
You're speaking with the person you're speaking with. What's your news? And if you have an idea about this, as you put it, why have you been fucking lending a hand here, just sitting up in that room on your ass, waiting for other people to get here?
I didn't come here to save anybody. I came to talk to you.
You
really
hear
want to wait to talk to us until we're done with this, right?
I can do that.
the orc hears from the other side of him in Orden's voice. Well, what if we don't want to talk to you, huh?
Then I can just say what I have to say, I guess, and leave.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Well, just spit it out, huh?
Lithinius is coming. I think he's here already. These creatures, these things, he controls things. He has this power to control and bind minds together and create armies out of nothing. He's here. I can feel it. It's either him or that San Belay, but your people said you killed her.
So what, is this a warning or a threat?
It's a warning. I'll have nothing to do with him. I fled him. I just wanted to tell you how to deal with him, because someone has to fight him, and he's way beyond me.
Okay.
I can hide in the jungles and the forest for a while, but he'll find me.
Clock's ticking on a friend here, bud. Say your piece.
Oh, he's a friend.
The one that's trapped is, clearly. He wouldn't be down here for an enemy.
Oh, well, I could help a bit. Are we killing or saving him?
Saving. He's about
Saving.
50 feet in. We need a path.
Well, I can buy you some time, baby. What's the situation?
He cast a rope trick spell, and then
Well, he should
the
be
roof
safe.
came down.
And he's fucked. What if we created a hole big enough where I could make a small hole that at least he could have room to get into?
That's all we need.
He's not going to like this, he says as he walks up to the rocks.
You heard him. It's your head.
All I have to say is when you hear the screaming, he's actually okay. And he raises his hands and casts a spell of some part. And you see thousands of beetles go pouring into the rocks.
What exactly are you doing here?
They can dig. They can dig very well. But at this point, I'm going to have them slither through until they find where he's at. And they could make a good-sized hole. It'll take them a while to make a big one, and it would take forever for them to dig him out. But if it's just the size of a man, it shouldn't take too long. He's just a man, right?
He's smaller than a man.
Oh, this'll
He's
work.
about my size, if you remember.
And you see him, he's moving his hands around like he's sort of guiding him or something, and he's working away. The dwarves are still frantically digging and moving rocks.
In Orden's voice again. Hey, so why Thenius here in the first place? What's the point? Wrecking the town.
I have no idea. I just recognize his footprint. I can tell you more about it afterwards and give you details. There's a town that he has under his sway and an island off the shore of it, and he lives there somewhere. But I didn't think he would ever come to shore. I don't understand why this is coming. He must be coming for something. The ring. And he says, the ring you guys had, the one I recognized from Cyrrollalee, that was his. I bet he's after that.
The ring of, I'm asking out of character. You must be talking about the ring of spell storing.
Yes.
He's gonna lay waste to a town to get back a ring of spell storing. That's a determined motherfucker right there.
That's a little dramatic, huh?
Out of game, if you remember when we first actually came across him on the sort of the ghost ship, that was the first thing he asked about that he noticed. He basically was looking for the person who had the ring. So obviously it has some significance to him and to Lethinius.
Ah, I wonder who's got it.
It's one of you two. I think actually, I thought it was actually Mal, wasn't it?
There's two of them. Who knows which one he's talking about?
Yeah. Because I remember basically when he actually looked at Mal's ring, he recognized that one specifically. That's actually a good question. Were both the rings the Cyrrollalee had identical? Because Nasir would have handled them, so he would know this.
No, they are different.
So, why do you think he's gonna scream? You mean just scared of the beetles?
He laughed at that point. Imagine if you materialize into an open area and you find yourself constrained in like a grave, completely coated in beetles that are eating the ground around you. I think there might be a scream or two.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. At least that would buy some time.
Found him. And we'll cut map. All right, back upstairs.
Woohoo.
Yeah, whoever noticed the Warhorse armor or the apathetic teacher, that was the random names. It was in this little website. It comes up with random buildings and everything, and it made me laugh. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Nice shot, I guess. Whatever.
Whatever. Hit the target? I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's not the right map. We were on the little map of the... What the hell's the name of this place? Okay, next town smaller.
Or is it? You're in Foundry.
Yeah, good point. No, I don't mean that part. It's just looking for all the buildings. It's like, okay, there's 6 inns here. Where the hell's the right one? All right, back to the inn. Top of the round. Odo.
I am flying out of that window and landing on the ground and dropping them off. I'm pretty sure that will take all of my movement.
Make a dex roll, because you got to drag kids out through a window. You can
Yep.
choose the dex. I don't know about acrobatics. You can choose athletics or something. Guess not really acrobatics. I'll go for it.
You said dex?
Yeah,
I thought you said
that'll work.
athletics.
That'll work
Oh.
too. Athletics would work just as well.
Okay.
So
I will definitely
you
do that.
you push your way out, holding the kids underneath your arms and curling over them. More wood and glass shatters out as you land down to the ground. It's only about 10 feet down. As you burst out the window they had just repaired months ago, and
I felt
land
that.
out, and you land to the ground outside with 4 kids and drop them off. That took about 3 squares, 3 of your move, 30 feet. No, 30.
Start
Yeah,
like pulling
but
the kids
15?
off of. Start.
Oh, you're
Pulling
right
the
next to
kids
him.
off of Odo. Yeah.
Okay.
Pulling the kids off of him, prepping him for his next go, full pit stop maneuver.
Nice. Shake and bake.
Well, in that case, then I'll fly down as low as I can. Now, mind you, I only have a 10-foot flying speed, which sucks.
Well, you can drop kids. Rakir can pick them up, catch them.
I could also dash. Forgot about
there
that.
you
go. And then once I'm unloaded, I'll go back up for more.
Okay, that'll get you down and back to the window.
It's up to
Perfect.
the kids to get on top of him, you know.
The kids
I am an elevator.
They're very relieved. As they climb off, some of them actually finally got a good look at you from the cloudy, smoke-filled room and take a couple steps back. A couple of them even make a shriek as the York covered in bug flies back up into the room.
Not exactly the angel they were expecting.
No,
Come on, children.
but it's the angel they deserve. Wait, that's not right.
I think that should do it for my turn.
Okay,
How many
Rakir.
children are left? Sorry.
2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just wait there for them.
There, that looks more like a kid. That one was a dragonborn, the other one. Okay.
There's dragonborn kids.
Yes. In fact, we'll make this one of them. The only one in town. Rakir, what would you like to do? You were helping take the kids off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Then, well, I suppose I'll do the same thing, because I don't know how many kids are up there.
So what are you going to do?
So already another action to sort of pull kids or catch kids off of Odo.
Okay.
Once,
Catch anybody that jumps out of a window or gets dropped or whatever.
perhaps, yeah. And that'll be it.
Oh, look, the children have a 34. Okay. The lady throws open the window. She grabs one little kid and hangs him out the window. He's dangling off the outside here as she's trying to drop him out, waiting for someone to get underneath. I can't rotate him. All right, I'll just take his hit point thingies. His drawing. There we go. Now I can rotate a little bugger. Thorin. You see a little
How-
kid next to you being dangled out. It's 10 feet up to the window.
10 feet up to the window? Okay.
Yeah, so the kid's
Thorin,
he's holding him. It's only like 5 feet down for the kid.
yeah, Thorin. So Thorin is like 6'7".
Yeah.
So he just can he reach his arms up and almost grab this child?
Yes, you could reach up and touch him around the waist.
All right. Thorin's just like, I got him. Let him go.
Okay. The lady drops the kid. You grab him there, put him down on the last 5 feet onto the floor.
All right. I'm assuming that's my action, and that's the end of Thorin's turn.
Unless you got move or anything else you wanted to do.
Thorin's gonna yell up to the women how many's left. How many more up there?
She looks around and you see her disappear from the window. She comes back. Actually, no, she's not. She has to wait her turn. So that was it for her. She disappears
That's
from
it.
the window.
She's just okay. All right. Well then, Thorin's just gonna wait there for a moment. Wait to see if she jumps out. Then.
Okay. Mal.
Inky, the bucket with water.
We'll say he's got the bucket with water. Okay. And he can move up here and get it to you, so you don't have to waste your move.
Perfect. He'll form it into a sheet and try and put out the water, douse the rope, like push it into the rope and into the fire that's below the rope.
Oh, that's right. There's fire. Thorin, that's all right. We have to back that up a wee bit.
I'll take it. I have a resistance.
Yeah, I know you do. So I'm not going to worry about it. So it's just 1d6. Make a save and take half that. 12 DC. Because it's not much
Is it
fire where you're at.
Constitution or Dex?
Constitution. It depends. Are you going to try to dodge it, or do you want to walk into it and just tough it?
Dodge it.
You
No, he's
pick.
gonna walk right into it. He's gonna walk in and try to grab that child as fast as possible.
You got it. Okay, so yeah. And then you said you have resistance. You take half of this.
Yes, sir.
You take 0.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Easy. All right. So Mal, sorry. Back to what you were saying.
Okay. He'll use his cantrip to put the fire out.
Okay.
And run up to the side 5, and then I'm sorry, it was 20 feet up.
10. It's only one
10
floor.
feet up. Oh, cool. So he'll just run up the side of the building, peek in.
You see the lady in there. She looks like she's bending over, looking around, trying to look underneath the bed and looking for children. There's only person left is one lady and her school teacher or something.
Let's go. Get on the rope.
So she doesn't get to go at this point. Do you want to drag her out, or do you want to hold an action, or?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to drag anybody, but yeah, he'll. No, he used his action. Basically, he used his movement.
And the water's right. I think you're done.
Yep, that's it.
Bonus action, anything? Nope.
There's nothing really he can do. Nope.
Okay, next round. The fire's turn. All right, I'm going to move the fire from the side that you put it out on. So you shrink this one, and the other ones are all growing. All right. And we'll bounce back real quick down below.
I have a couple questions for the remaining dwarves. I hear you guys were attacked. Was there anyone killed in these attacks?
They all get real quiet for a moment. And they even stop, a couple digging for a pause for a second, and then go back to it. And Copperlocks looks over you with a very grim look and says, "There were 25 people down here when we arrived."
How many are there now?
None of them.
Well, I mean,
There's this, whatever, the 8 of us, I guess.
trying to. Could you
3, 6, 7.
shift click where you guys are? Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me.
There's 7 and there were 25, so 18.
25 when we
people
got
were
here. There
killed
was
by-
the 7 of us. No, they weren't here yet. So when my men and I arrived, there was a group of civilians hiding down here. We began working on the dig, and the creatures swarmed out, filled the bottom area. None of the civilians got out. We lost 2 of our men. So it ate 27 people.
Well, for the dwarves who came at Orden's behest because he called, he is going to drop 20 platinum pieces into Copperlock's hand and say give 10 apiece to each of the family, as well as my condolences. I'm happy to perform the service if they would like. Keep it traditional and all that.
I would rather have
So
your religious services than your money. The men are covered.
But the families,
The families will be taken care of.
well, now they're taken care of more.
Okay.
Uh,
She smiles and pockets the money. I'll make sure it gets to him.
And then as far as getting this out, so James, I want to see rules as written. This will work, but I also would understand if you have issue with it. But my plan here was twofold. I was going to use the charges left in the staff for levitate spells to move any big boulders out of the way.
Oh.
And then because you can use that on an object or a person.
Can I make a recommendation?
What's that?
Put it on a rope.
What do you mean?
Put on a rope. Make the rope a harness. Tie the harness around the boulder. Levitate the rope. Lift the stone. Carry it away. Drop the stone. Untie the harness. Do it to another stone. You can only levitate one stone, and the spell's done. You can levitate the rope and use it to move multiple stones.
Oh yeah, as long as their total weight is under 500 pounds or whatever.
Yep,
Right.
490 pounds plus the 10 pounds of the rope. Yep.
Definitely would do that if it looks like that would work with what we're looking at. The bigger thing is, and this just came to me tonight, I logged on to see what I had at my disposal that might help. And this brand new fabricate that I just picked up, it's not, nowhere does it say with it that you can see. It just says 120 feet. So if I know he is exactly 50 feet in, and we're sure of that, then I could cast it at that spot and essentially make the stones there into an archway, into a dome, essentially. That
I'm
he
good
could
with
step
that.
inside.
Why does it say why does it say materials that you can see? Is that incorrect part of the
Does it say?
spell? Yeah, look at the targeting. Yeah, but that's not in the that's not in the
I
spell
believe
description
you.
though.
Oh, raw materials that you can see within range. I see you. I see you. Yep. Well, then I guess this will help with the last 5 feet of digging, or
No,
the
but
first 5 feet.
Yeah, but I don't know why that's there because the spell doesn't actually say that. So you were correct. That's weird.
But it does make rational sense. You'd have to be able to see what you're
Oh no,
working
there.
with.
Second paragraph, first sentence. Choose raw materials you can see within range.
Got it.
But okay, again out of game. Pull out Gary, turn him into like a freaking beetle or bug to get him stuck in there. Have him crawl in there. Attach your sight.
Yep, that was. It's going to take me an hour though, because Gary died in the last.
Oh, actually, you can't do that because the casting time is 10 minutes.
Casting time for find familiar is an hour.
Oh no, for fabricate, because you need to basically have sight on the thing. Basically, you couldn't basically use your action to couldn't use your action to maintain your sight with Gary and basically be casting a fabricate over 10 minutes. Oh well.
So you're digging away there. I'm going to move everything in a little bit. The dwarves are going about 5 feet per, we'll call it a round that we're dealing with here.
Well, in that case, I will definitely use the couple levitates to help them speed it along and/or move any of the larger boulders without having.
And I'm going to move it 10 feet.
if the dwarves have any like metal or anything else they can spare, maybe if they need if they need extra tools to do this, maybe you can fabricate something that can help them dig faster, or I don't know, some
Well, once we
specialized
get
gear.
within 5 feet of where he's at, or within 5 feet of this beetle dugout chamber, I should be able to cast it at that point. Or actually, when we're 10 feet out, you can start casting, and by the time we get to 5 feet out, the spell will be done. Because I'll be able to see it at that point, you know.
All right, Nasir's going to two things. Nasir's going to basically take a rest, start a short rest in case he gets to finish it, and get out of the way because he's got noodle arms and isn't going to be very much of a contribution since the dwarf's got to have this. And
Where are
second,
you? Where are you even on the map?
right here, I can't join them.
Oh, there you is.
Now that's
Okay,
safe.
thank you.
And second thing is basically, I remember there used to be a ladder right here that led up to the surface. The one
It was a 100-foot ladder.
Yeah, I want to send the wisp up to see what's up there now.
So the wisp can go up. You can't because you guys burned the ladders down.
Yes, repeatedly.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
all right.
I'm pulling 4 charges off, which is good for 2 castings of levitate. James, I'm assuming that will be helpful in some way.
Yes, absolutely.
And what's the yellow dot you have on here?
Oh, it's just so the token didn't fill up your entire. That's what it's for.
Oh, got it.
Otherwise,
Well,
now you look like a ghost.
As soon as I would have cast from the staff, I would have become visible anyway.
Okay.
We'll make sure to keep that orc within my line of sight and not within arm's reach at all times. Just because I don't trust him.
Really? Okay. I don't know why. All right. Anything else?
Yes. One more quick thing. Before he became visible, he would have removed the ring of spell storing and slipped it into his pouch.
Do you want to try a sleight of hand on it to add to that?
I would have been invisible at that point.
Good point. So it would just been a noise is all. Very little one.
Yeah, like he's
okay
around in his pouch or whatever.
Good enough. I'll keep that in mind that you don't have it on you right now.
Oh, yeah. Also,
so put it back on.
Actually, as a side note, Nasir will sort of focus on the circlet, and you see his arms sort of enlarge and his hands swell up to almost twice their size.
So it's just Nasir with like big arms and hands. That's an
it's
awesome
like Popeye.
It's Nasir with basically like long monkey arms.
That's awesome.
All right, you guys keep digging then. We're going to bounce back again. Make a perception roll before I leave you all. Orden and Nasir.
One last thing, James. Once he starts casting those levitates and he's visible again, he will use the remaining time in between to consistently cast guidance on the person that's like deepest in the hole.
Oh, good job.
Sense.
Absolutely. I will move the rocks 15 feet now. Let's move it another one. So, as the rocks are getting pulled away, you start hearing louder and louder noises coming from there. It sounds like voices, people talking. Maybe those people made it out and they're on the other side of the rocks trapped.
Oh no, I know what that is. We've faced this before. Or would you disagree, James?
Oh, I would agree. You have that sickening feeling of you've heard this noise before down the tunnels, though you never actually saw the creatures. I think you actually didn't go that way, but you could hear them echoing down the tunnel.
He'd say to the dwarves, we're getting closer to that critter that was down here before. Nasir, would you be willing to send Willie in and see just how close he is? Keep both eyes out.
Perhaps. Well, we shall see what happens then. All right. Go and send Willie into the stone.
That way, the dwarves don't get surprised and slaughtered.
All right, Willie will sort of duck it. We'll dip into the stone, maybe maybe about 25 feet, and then dip back out. You know, every minute or so to keep track of what's going on.
Oh, that's right, because he can't. How far can he go? So 25 feet doesn't go all the way through.
Yeah, I know, but he has movement of 50, and going through stone is considered basically difficult terrain. So with 50, you can get in 50, get in 25, and then get out 25.
So as far as he gets to the middle of the cave-in, a little bit further, and doesn't really see anything at this point.
So he goes to basically that there, right?
I'm gonna make it so you can actually get in. I didn't put any rocks into between the middle because I didn't think that you could actually get in there. So hold on a sec. Rubble. So yes, I'll put him in there when we get there. But you don't see anything at that point. The noise is coming from beyond that, and it's loud as you get through there. It's getting louder and louder.
That's fine. Just know that Willie will be keeping an eye out for the duration, so that no one is surprised by the thing if it comes through. That's all.
Perfect. Gotcha.
And when he went up here, what did he actually find when he went all the way up? And it came back down.
Oh, that the place on top is on fire, and that they had rescued the children at this point.
Okay. This is fine.
Once he sends Willie through, and Orton would turn to Nasir and approach him and very sincerely say, I thank you, my friend. Sincerely.
Nasir just kind of gives him a shrug. Keep his head just sort of on a swivel, trying to keep an eye on basically what might be coming through there, what the Druid is doing, what might be coming down these hallways.
I don't know why you guys don't trust this druid.
I mean, he's basically like a fanboy of Lolth, who's basically one of the ones who's trying to basically do some black magic fuckery to basically destroy the world. So just that. We don't know we don't know how strong he is. So if he decides to jump us, that could turn bad. Just the two of us here, because I'm basically a squishy boy with a Eldritch Blast. That's my only contribution to this battle if it happens.
Still got some juice, but I'm
Not where you want to spend it. Yeah.
right.
All right. And back upstairs. Nope.
James, one last thing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask the dwarves to try and make the tunnel narrow and long, because if I can even get a glimpse inside the area where Findazzle is holed up, no pun intended. Okay, maybe intended.
Yeah.
I could Misty Step in and Thunder Step out to get him out really quickly. Obviously not in the same turn. It'd take 6 seconds, but I could do both.
Okay. Upstairs then. Odo.
How
You're
many
at the
children?
edge. There's no children inside anymore. Just the one lady's there still. You see Mal poking his head in around the corner on the other side of the place.
I don't know how much he can help you. If you come with me, I can get you down.
Hi.
Hey, hurry up! I'm your motivational
Okay.
speaker for today.
Anything else you want to do up there while you wait for her turn, which is just down the road? It's after Rakir.
No, I guess hold my movement until she gets to me and fly away. Fly off into the sunset.
You can't really hold your movement.
Yes, you can.
I thought you could only hold actions.
Dash is an action.
Oh, okay. Well, you can use the dash part of your move. So you will hold a dash. Okay, Rakir.
Yes.
Anything you want to do, or?
Let's see. Does Odo seem like he's got it all under control?
Let's see. He's talking to someone else inside still.
All right. Well, I will continue to maintain it. I suppose I'll look around though, sort of in my left and right, just to see if anything significant has really changed.
Roll 5d6 for me.
That is a 16.
Nothing real special going on around you at this moment that you can see.
Alright,
You
then
see
I'll-
some kid at the building across nearby you who's pointing and crying, but that's about it otherwise.
Then yeah, I'll just hold position.
Okay, it looks like people are fleeing towards the north at this point. They're heading towards the bridge. From here, though, you can still see the crater off to the west. All right, and the children go. All right, so the lady then she runs over, grabs onto you, wraps her legs around you and arms around you, holds on tight, almost pinning your arms to you. And she's like, go, 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 go! As the fire is crackling through the walls over on the other side and starting to burn through the other wall as well. The room is filled with smoke. In fact, let's make a con roll. Make her make one too. You can make yours on the next time your turn comes around. Oops. Yeah, she doesn't make it. She's hacking and coughing, stumbles and falls at your feet there as she's trying to grab around you. Doesn't actually try to make it. She looked like she was going to jump onto you, but collapses and hacking and coughing out her lungs.
James, was that supposed to be a D20 for her?
Oh, yeah, thanks. Maybe she did make it. I'll roll another D10 and add to it.
Technically, it's 19.
Yeah. Let's have one more. Hey, she's fine. All right.
Nice.
She drags herself up and jumps onto you, Odo. Okay, and I need to get the Tyler off your... We know who you are now. It's been long enough. All right. Anything else? No. So, Odo, what did you want to do? You were holding a dash. She jumps onto the last person.
And I will fly down and let her down gently. And that should be it for me.
Cool. All right. Rakir, anything else you
Yes.
want to do as he brings the last person down?
No. Yeah, I think one of us should take these kids up to the north, but I don't know who's the fastest among all of us. So, no, nothing right now.
Well,
Okay.
Isn't the rich dude's mansion closer? Or the underground area we're sending people to?
It is. That's to the south. But it's also not too far from the bridge here as well. We'll switch maps so you can see that. It looks like I need to reload anyways. I keep getting a weird message popping up telling me to reload. But I'm going to switch maps so you can see that. I have no idea if that's switching maps for you. No, it's not. Okay,
No.
I'm not the... I got a new message I've never seen before.
Ooh.
Unable to read or set data from server. This may be a problem with your session. Try reloading.
Weird.
All right, so we'll do that while it's happening. So yes, we'll say it's basically one of these maps. So it's probably about 800 feet or so, maybe 1,000 feet from where you're at to the bridge. And that's where you can people are flooding across, rushing towards. For the farther southern part of town is all heading to Anders' house. Anything else you want to tell me where you want to go up there? Oh, and Mao, since we're wrapping up the top fight up here, go ahead and let's do a wisdom save.
Oh, good.
It's not an attack though. Don't feel bad. This is my rolling to save the town thing. So we're gonna.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna do your healing basically.
Yes.
So
Cyrrollalee, here I come. Wisdom. 9.
okay. And with that, then roll 1d3.
All right. How did I roll 1d3?
You just type it.
Oh.
Or do a d6 and half it. Nope, you need a slash.
/R space 1d3.
Thank you.
Sorry. I do so many of these typing ones that I forget.
Who?
definitely does not accept fractionals.
I was wondering what that is. I'm like 1d5.32. Interesting.
Well, now I know.
In case you ever needed it. There it goes.
Oh, there we are. So the bridge is definitely closer. Right?
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Because you guys are pretty much where that other yellow dot is there.
So are the looters on fire, pretty much?
They've left because they're running off down the road. Yeah, it's only 300 feet there. That's a lot shorter than I thought it was. 100 yards.
Looting a bar. They're probably holding multiple bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I got the meat, James. I got the meat.
Fire water!
All right. What do you
A
guys want to
third one
do?
Struggling with a keg.
Except rolling it.
Um,
So where do you guys want to go, and then we'll drop back down to the ground again? Do you want to go down? Do you want to deal up here?
is there a... we can't see the bridge from here. Can we see the bridge from here? I guess we
Yes.
head back to the crossroads
Yes.
and take a look.
Because there's really nothing in the way. That's just a tiny little building that's sort of in the way there, and the bridge is big. It's like the London Bridge
Are there...
with houses on it.
So they said, Diggy said that they were holding the bridge. Is there like a troop of bad guys on this side?
Not that you see now.
Okay. Should we get them across the bridge?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the
yes,
closest
yeah.
place.
Alright, stay alert. There might be some baddies around.
You're heading towards the bridge then?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you get closer to it, let me get what map that would actually be. And then I'll give you the details and then we'll swap back again. Put you at the bottom of this one. Oh, some of you already are here from last time.
We
Cool.
made
We'll
it!
just
Yay!
hey, we're here. All right. It's easier just to delete everybody and put it back on. Using old tokens causes fun things to happen. Okay. So we'll put you right about. Oop, wrong person. Oh, why are you always so small?
You got a tiny foot.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's in the name.
Okay. So as you're walking up that way, you passing that little building right there, which it's a one-story building that has maybe an office inside, maybe some houses and stuff. It has something to do with the livestock area next door. But you see a guy inside there, and he's frantically pulling on some bags. And let's throw some fire. The far side of the building is on slight fire. He looks at you as she's just looking at it. He says, "It's gonna explode! Help me, for God's sake!"
He'll start running towards him.
You hear Deacon Big on the back. "Oh, Cyrrollalee, watch our deeds!"
Mal fist pumps. What does he see? What does it look like he's pulling?
It's a bag, like a seed bag type of thing, but it looks like it weighs about 50 pounds, maybe. That's a good size grain bag. And there's a pile of about 4 of them.
All right, Noodle to the rescue.
Noodle?
Yeah, he's got no strength.
Oh.
We'll also run over though as well.
Yeah, there's your strength. It doesn't have to be
Yeah,
you,
no, yeah,
Al.
you'd be there. You'd be coming as well.
His guard's like, "Get out of the way."
Delegate, man, delegate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, Mal's gonna keep an eye out as the muscles help.
Okay, we'll keep the same initiative. I didn't look like I cleared it, so we'll just roll on it. Mal will wrap up the bottom of it. It'll say you were just going ahead. Top top of the roll again, Odo.
Has it been a minute since we got the children out
Yes.
running down here? Damn.
Oh, flying.
Yeah. Maybe it's 10 minutes. I'll check in a moment. Did you say it was in a second window?
It's a one-story building. It's not very big. I'm looking for a map for it right now to give you one. It's just a smallish, well, not too small. It's like 60 feet wide, but it's a one-story shed type building. There's some sort of office that you can see inside on this side of it, and he's trying to drag some stuff towards a door away from the burning building.
Then I will run right up to him. I want to ask if the fire is my enemy again.
No.
Damn it. One day it will be. Fire elemental or something. I'll just run up and start. What's gonna blow and start grabbing things.
He's pointing at these things. They're a special type of fertilizer. They're very, very flammable. If they get into the fire, this is gonna blow bad.
If he's being very insistent, I'll grab some and step behind him and try to push him along.
How much can you pick up?
480 pounds.
You can get all 5 bags. Right.
I guess with the weight that I'm currently carrying, 380. Sorry.
Well, they're 250 pounds of I take it you want to scoop up the other 4?
Yeah. Just be like, go! Leave him! Go! Gone!
All right.
I want that seed, man. We're going across the bridge.
So yeah, he drags his stuff away. He drags his away from the building and drops it and then starts running towards the bridge as well.
I'll drop the rest of it away from the fire so it can't accidentally catch and explode, because... And that should do it for me, if I had enough movement for all that.
Rakir, perception check. Not that you really need one for it, so it's a low DC. But just because you weren't looking.
Oh. Alright, hold on. Give me 1 second. The client is not working at the moment. Let's see if Roll20.
Just a quick question. How big are these bags?
You could climb in one. Have you ever seen big grain bags, like the giant bags of rice when you're at the store or anything?
Oh, or like bags of soil, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good example. A soil bag. Just not made of plastic.
Let's see if this works.
Are we doing turns right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're sort of in combat.
Sorry about this.
That's all right.
Roll20 crashed. And...
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's why I'm building us a server.
Mine crapped out on me too.
It's these bigger maps because it's sure loaded nice on that rest on the end one because it's just a single map. From now on, though, after we move to the new server, I'm building all of them in Photoshop as a single picture. No more of these little tile things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that slows it down. When I used an export tool to export the game from here over into the server, which worked perfect, by the way. I couldn't believe the amount of images on some of these pages. Some of them had 400 or 500 little pieces to them.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I need a better hobby.
Like,
it's like, holy shit, I sat here and dragged out 400 little things.
I was actually having a similar problem because I was assembling things out of pieces. What I would do is I would assemble everything together, get it set up, then I actually would turn that into a single image, and then use that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that when I get over. I'm going to either use Photoshop or Dungeon, whatever this thing is called.
Yeah, Photoshop, GIMP, what other...
EPS, whatever, Dungeon Paint Studio. I bought that 2 years ago and have not used it. And they just came out with a version 2. All right.
I got
Did you make your roll? That'll do it. Rakir, off to your far right, over by the bridge. In fact, you sort of battled there before. You see 3 drakes and hopefully it's a dead person, and they are pulling apart a person on the ground between them, as it looks like they're feeding and fighting over it. They're snapping at each other and pulling at this person.
Can I get a closer look at the person? Is he dead?
He's way over there. You'll have to wait to get closer.
Okay. Got it. Then that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to move up.
Make a health roll. That 18's a damn good perception. You might be able to see some signs.
A what?
What do I have? A medicine?
Oh, okay. Health roll.
Yeah, sorry.
I got a 15 on that.
you
medicine.
don't want to know the number of games that are in my head. 15. All right. You don't think he's alive. You probably would have thought he would have been screaming by now, or at least kicking and fighting, and he's just laying there as they're tearing into him.
Right. And we're not moving anybody or anything right now, right?
No.
All right. It's probably just best to let the drakes just pick at him then.
Okay. Except for they're in the way you want to go if you want to go to the bridge.
All right. I'll look to the guys. So, we could just let them have their meal and move on.
Okay. We'll just move on to this point. At the end of your round, anything else you want to do?
No, just move up a bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, Nasir brings up a good point. What did we do with the children again?
Just left him back there at this point.
I thought we were escorting them across the bridge.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
The other survivors.
Yeah, I thought we were. I thought that was the plan.
Good luck, guys.
So make sure. All right. Good luck, kids. Don't go that way, or just stay here. All right.
I don't know. There's something really funny to me about Nasir. Just you what?
Yeah, you know it's immoral if it upsets Monsieur. Okay.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? If we're escorting kids along, it might be best to just let the drakes eat their meal and then move on.
Odo, the mother, the nursemaid of the children, she's frantically thanking you. It's just, here, take this, and pushes a ring of something into your hand. It's all I have, but it's, thank you. You deserve it, and it'll be much more use to you than I.
Okay. Thank you. One thing at a time.
As you're dragging 4 bags of soil, of fertilizer with you, or dragging them out. Thorin, at this point, you sort of see up there. You can make a perception roll to actually be able to target them if you want. The drakes way up there by the bridge, tearing into some person.
How many did you say there were?
3 of them.
And they are directly in front of where the bridge should be.
Yeah, they're on the map actually. I don't know if you can see them or not. You may have to zoom in because they don't have little circles around them. Oh, okay. But anyways, they're there.
I thought so. The people are on the other side of the bridge, not this side, right?
Right. Well, on this side, there's nobody else on this side at this point except for this dead guy and these 3 drakes. There are more people rushing this way, which aren't on the map, which will be heading into those drakes as well. But the Eleander's troops are on the other side of the bridge.
And we fought drakes earlier. We fought some drakes earlier when we first got out of the. We woke up.
Yeah, there was one on your rooftop.
All right.
The one tried to make Orden fly.
Yeah. From what Thorns remember, they weren't too tough to kill. I'd say if we just get the jump on them, we might be able to take them without much trouble.
My problem is that they're fairly close to a large group of children.
Well, we leave the children, obviously.
I'd much rather let them eat and then try and scare them away. Fed creatures don't tend to want to fight. Bag of holding, kids are small.
Okay. Oh, speaking of bag of holding, I saw the coolest use in a bag of holding. That snake. I was reading a thing about the iron cobra, and someone was talking about, well, you should keep your iron cobra inside your bag of holding. I'm like, oh, that'll keep people out of there.
It's probably pretty heavy, but yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Because it doesn't breathe.
Yep. But if it's like 400 pounds, that means you've
Yeah,
got like
that would
100
ruin
pounds
that.
left. But that would still be pretty funny as an ambush. Just empty it out, put it in there, just be like invert, go.
All right, Thorin, what are you going to do?
Thorin's at the moment is going to stay out of range of those drakes and kind of stay with the group at the moment. He's going to wait there right now.
Okay. Mal, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, as Mal's looking at everybody, maybe we should clear the bridge. He's dragging one of the bags of poop into his bag of holding.
Hey, yes.
Wait a second. That's an excellent idea. How big did he say those explosions would be?
Well, not as big as the one you guys are already responsible for. In fact, I was reading up on the notes, and the note I have here is Mal told her to make as much powder as you can.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Oh man, consequences.
That's like, ah, fuck.
Consequences.
Yeah, we didn't basically tell her to store it in some place where it basically would be easily exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she probably did. She probably was. Who thought a dragon was going to hit it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mal,
We should kill
you
those
doing?
drakes as he's stuffing in there. We should kill those drakes so we can get across the bridge. At least the kids across the bridge.
And I can take the fire off here.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
All right, and back down below.
What
What
I'm saying is-
color? What color dragon is Thorin again?
Brass. Copper.
Oh.
Copper. He is copper, actually. Sorry.
And
That
while I'm
shoots lightning, right?
A fire, I
saying-
believe.
Do you command the undead spirit?
Come on, Stinky. Bring that water.
All right. Let's all throw bags of manure at these drakes.
Oh, you
and
don't
then-
But I
you don't-
can't do the fire breath right
Oh,
now.
not to basically
damn
attack
it.
the drakes, but just to bring the poop.
No, he's bringing the bucket of water.
That's all all he's doing. He's dragging water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dragging it.
Does anyone have firebolt?
Not up here. All your casters are down below.
Yeah, we
I
sent them
suppose
off.
we could do it the normal way. Torch.
They're easy. Just get close enough.
I'd hate to see this manure explosion be so large that it destroys the bridge, though.
That's a very big bridge. All right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. This here. I can't cast any of those spells because the water boy is being a porter. This is what happens when you have Mal taking care of it for you. Alrighty.
You don't need water.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just
So
have
down
this,
below
have this
then.
guy suicide rush them holding bags of manure.
In fact, hey, I can. If you guys want, I can pop you over another room if you want to make a plan how you want to take these guys out.
I think that's a pretty good plan right there. Just have this guy suicide rush them.
Sure, let's go to the breakout room, guys.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just. Some of us had to fill in Ness here. Oh, but you're not up there anyways. Oh yeah, you are. You can't see to the guy though.
Nope, and I have no
Okay.
control, I have no control of him. He does exactly what Mal tells him to. So
Which is carry water and scratch my back. All right. Arden, that's here, down below. I'm going to move our little wall forward again.
so where's the dugout edge now?
Let's move this over to about there. I found this soundtrack on YouTube. Someone actually made I think it's like 2 hours long. No, it's 30 minutes.
Just along a loop.
Yeah, I guess. I've never listened to the whole 30 minutes.
Oh, of what? Just gibbering mouther sounds.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, actually, what's that one? What's that one warlock spell? Is something of Hadar?
Oh,
Arms
They
of
work for that
Hadar.
too.
So James, it looks like we're within 10 to 15 feet, right?
Yes.
Where is Willie telling us that the mouther is in relation to Findazzle and everything else?
He didn't see it. It was further than 25 feet in, which is now only 10 feet. He might be able to get through now, I guess. Let's see how far.
Right. I think that Nasir said he was just going to consistently go 25 feet in and
Yep.
back.
He can do it. Okay, so 25 feet. You pop out the other side, Nasir, with the wisp does, just on the other side of the rocks. Then I can ditch the.
Adam, is it funny that when you say one of your players made you turn it off, it's so disturbing? It made me 5 times more likely to listen to it.
Yeah. I thought it was cool, but she's just like, I can't listen to this. I'm like, okay, that's fair.
I'll save that one off then.
Yeah, I did it up. Like when they got it dropped on them, I literally took all their tokens and turned off their sight, and just turned off all the music and the battle sounds and just played that until they got out of it.
Nice. So the whisk can get all the way through to the other side now.
Okay, just put him where he's supposed to be then.
As he pops out, oop, that's rock.
Oh, because I'm assuming
sure.
basically like some of this is actually like solid rock, but I don't know where like the.
Good point. I'm going to put a line where the solid rock is. We'll just move the line along.
Thank you.
Big green line. Oop, not far enough because I said got you out. And then you are actually at about there. And I'll put another line on the other side to show where it.
Okay, cool.
There. So that's solid mess now.
So we are 15 feet away from the cubby that Findazzle is hopefully in.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's right. Is it? I'll put him in. He's probably, we'll make it easier. Put him right there.
Yeah, because the
I'll
cubby
tell
was
you what
to the south, right?
Yeah. What's your plan, Ord?
Oh, he's not straight ahead?
No, he's in a side cubby hole, a little secret room.
Got it.
There were these little secret rooms on either side of him here,
Yeah.
and you guys put him in one of those.
Yeah, this is like a secret chamber, and up to the north was basically another secret chamber. There was like a ladder room up to the surface,
they
right?
went up to the council hall gardens.
Yeah, like smuggling paths.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do a quick check-in with Nasir then, and Orden will say I have 2 options. I can have them dig a small hole so I can just see inside, step in, grab Findazzle, and step out, leaving behind a hail of further cave-in, because it's going to make a big old boom. Or I can let them keep digging until they're within 5 feet of where Findazzle is, have the dwarves beat it the hell out of there, use fabricate to make an arch, and then pull them out that way. And I guess it more depends on how emergent is this time-wise. Is the mouther cut off from this side, or is he like?
That's a good point. I need to put him on the map because now Nasir can see him. And let me find a nice little icon for him.
Then I'm open to other suggestions too. That's what I can do with the juice I have left. That will deplete me, except for my lower level abilities. But it's worth it if it gets him out of here and keeps everybody relatively safe.
I would say conserve your power if possible, but talk to Copperlocks. She's the expert on this. See what she thinks is the most plausible.
Good advice. Go ahead and do that, James. See what Copperlocks thinks. I'll get information from Nasir though on approximately how far the mouther is on the
Yeah.
other side, so she'll have that too.
Yeah. As Nasir is not joining with the wisp size because he wants to keep his faculties, but as soon as the wisp basically sees stuff, he'll be transmitting that information to Nasir, who'll be yelling it over to the dwarves and to Orden.
Okay, I'll use this for ooze until I find a better one for now. This thing is huge. It fills most of the chamber all the way back out, slithering up the walls as well. And it's massive, just roiling with eyes and little mouths all over it.
I can't see anything. I've got.
No, it's on the other side.
No, I even beyond that, I'm completely locked up. So I gotta reset.
Oh, sorry.
For reference, that is the size of a gargantuan creature.
Yes, this thing is a pool. Maybe it's multiples that are sitting together.
So what does Copperlocks recommend in her expertise mining? Do we make a small hole so I can get into and step out of, leaving a big boom behind? Or do we let them just keep working until they're within 5 feet and then go the rest of the way with fabricate? Either way, I would like the dwarves to be well on their way back before the fit hits the shan.
The only fears that I have down here is the boom. This is an uneven area. This is an unsteady soil above it. So any loud explosion is likely to trigger a continual avalanche, more soil to come down. So whatever protections or holes we've built are going to collapse with a loud explosion.
Yeah, and potentially creating a sinkhole that goes all the way up to whatever's above this. I wondered about that.
The city hall, I believe.
Actually, one moment. Perhaps I can assist with something. Nasir will tell the wisp to basically go scout around, find basically how much room is collapsed, and see if he has enough or can take enough of a running start in order to basically become visible, taunt the big givering mouther, and basically try and lead it away. So it's basically 2 questions for what the wisp is doing. Can the wisp basically find enough space that he can basically run, dodge, play, keep away, and once he's secured that, can he basically taunt the givering mouther to try and get it to follow him?
You could try, absolutely. I would imagine you could probably dance in and out of the walls. It's a straight, thinny tunnel going straight down, though, unfortunately. The big rooms are right where you are. To your left, you could go through that way. Who knows how far that rock goes, though?
Yeah. Well,
and that's closer to the crater, so that's probably worse that direction.
Well, actually, the wisp knows. He goes 25 feet west. Does he get to a clear area?
No, he does not.
Okay, well that answers that question. What he goes 25 feet to the south? Does he get to a clear area?
Nope, not that way either.
Okay, well then that solves that. So
I guess so.
All right, then he'll basically call Orden over and say, "Watch over me. I'll be back. I'll be back." And then he's going to join senses with the wisp, and then call out in his own voice while making the wisp visible. Like, "Hello, fresh meal here. Come get it. Come on, big boy." While staying well away.
Go for. I'm trying to think of what do you think it would probably be? Maybe a charisma roll.
Deception or
to try to get his attention to get him to follow you.
I mean, I'm okay.
Or do you want to zap him? That might work too.
From Nasir's point of view, this thing is probably basically like a mindless eating machine. As soon as it hears the voice of a living person, it will probably go towards that to investigate and probably try to consume it. So, I mean, unless it's going to act against its nature and not try and eat the thing, which point, that's fine. Is there really any role that needs to be made? I'm not trying to convince it. It should just be instinctual, right?
Let's see. I'm going to bring it up and bring up his stats on it.
I mean, once it sees the wisp, if it determines it isn't something that can eat it, then it might basically back off. But again, that wouldn't be something I can convince it of, right?
Let's see. Spinning.
It's not like I'm trying to basically like, pretend to be someone convincing a human. This is basically
Sure. All right. Well, we'll come back to that while this thing eventually comes up. I'm gonna bring up D&D Beyond in the meantime.
What are you looking at? Keep bringing Mouther stats.
Yeah. I don't even know what his intelligence is, but I can't bring his character sheet up. Monsters.
They're pretty mindless. I don't know what the specific stat is. I know we've had them in the Mad Mage, so
Intelligence 3.
Oh,
yeah.
that's instinctual. That'll work. That's all I wanted to know. Okay, so it appears to be working. The giant pool of mouths and faces starts pulling away from the rocks and heading on up the tunnel that you're in. I'll back it up. It doesn't go very fast, though. These move very slow.
That's fine.
Guys, it's a little time. Great job.
All right. Back to the other side. The rocks are getting closer there. You are within 5 feet.
All right. He tells the dwarves, appreciate it. I will buy you guys all the beer you can drink as soon as this is sorted out. For now, need you to get out of here. It's not going to be safe here soon. It's not already.
Their eyes are open big too as they're hearing all the little noises pulling through. We're good. Are you good?
We're good. We got this. Keep yourself safe.
Copperlocks pushes a couple of the guys. Come on, boys. He said he's good. He's good. And they all start heading out.
A little wink as she goes.
You be careful.
What the hell just happened?
Everything's spinning on this side. I still haven't got the Mouther to come up. Orphan Dazzle.
Firefox just completely assed out of me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Chrome's been doing the same thing to me too, actually.
It's a good night. We'll get off this map as soon as possible.
It's actually been happening since like Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'll move our server faster. We'll get up there.
As the dwarves are leaving, what's the druid doing? Orden would say, best that you skedaddle too. Thanks for your help.
But I haven't delivered my message. If you go after him, and I hope you do, if you find him, I don't know the name of the town, but I have some descriptions. There's a windmill, and as a red windmill in the center of town, you can see it from the sea. That's the town. He controls that town. They don't even know they're being controlled or anything that's going on. There's an island off the shore from there. That's where he's at. I can't even remember the name of the island or the name of the town either. But I do know that he's protected, and the only way to get through is you have to find something that isn't living and isn't undead, and that might be able to get through. But it can't be magical either.
Wait. Get through what?
The barriers. He has protection around him. If you want to get into him, he's protected in this grove area that he's created inside the building there. There's a fortress. Just wanted you to know.
So he's on an island that's near a red windmill. Was that what was said? I missed the first part.
Yes, there's a small town somewhere along the coast, going north. He knows that too. And you can see a red windmill in the center of the town from the ocean when you get closer to the town. And there's an island off there, not too far off. And on that island is where they're at. That's his base. He's been there for decades. At least he thinks he has.
Red Windmill Town, controlled by him, protected by a barrier. We must find something that isn't living or undead or magical to break/pass through the barrier.
Yes, and if you could get through, then maybe you can break his concentration or something, and the barrier would fall. San Belay pulled it off somehow.
Isn't living or undead or magical. That's something we'll have to ponder on.
Yep.
Message delivered. Gratitude. Thanks.
Good luck. And he takes it and hightails out of here. And as he gets to the edge of the room, he shouts over his shoulder, "Thanks for not killing me!"
sun hasn't set today yet, my friend.
You hear a laugh come on that one as he runs off a little bit faster.
Orden will go over to Nasir and say in his ear, "We're about to take the last 5 feet. It's just you and I down here."
Nasir is just basically sort of like sitting there with eyes closed, insensible.
Now, I would know this from seeing through Gary's eyes. Would he be able to hear that, though, while he's seeing through his
I'm going to say
familiar's eyes?
yes. It doesn't say no senses, or what's it say?
Sight and hearing are locked up.
That sucks.
I still have touch and taste, but if you use taste, I will kick you.
Hey, put a finger in his mouth.
Orden knowing that, he'll just pat Nasir on the hand real quick before he goes back, and if he opens his eyes,
What? Huh?
last
Yes?
5 feet. We're about to get him out of here, and then we gotta skedaddle.
Wait. So, the battery has been thrown away. So what do we do? We're doing? How are we getting him out?
There's 5 more feet. I'm gonna clear that away right now, and we'll all get the hell out of here.
Wait, but so we do not need any other trickery. It is good.
I believe so.
All right. Wait. Where did the druid go? What did he do?
I will pass on the message that the druid gave to me. Orden said I told him and the dwarves to get out of here for their own safety, but his message was the Red Windmill Town, blah blah blah, etc. etc.
Not living, not undead, huh? I see. He sort of rubs his neck and looks thoughtful.
Okay, what are you going to do to get this last 5 feet?
Hold on, I just found Lythenius' name. I want to make sure I record that. We're going to fabricate
And make shit up.
turn the stone in front of me in that 5-foot cube into an archway, which will open it up for Findazzle. And as soon as it does, he's gonna be like, "Come on, Finny, run! Come on, we gotta go!"
Okay, the thing blows open. You see him in there, covered in bugs, screaming.
It takes 10 minutes.
Oh, wait. Oh, it takes 10 minutes. That's right. Oh, it's getting up to
Sorry.
the wire. Okay, we'll go upstairs then while they're doing that. I get all these spitting character sheets out of the way.
James, let me clarify and potentially retcon. Can they dig through that 5 feet quicker than it would take me to cast the dwarves?
10 minutes? Oh, good point. Yeah, but how much fun is that? But it takes 10 minutes for your spell.
Right. If it is going to take longer to cast the spell, I would probably
Okay, we'll just continue with the...
send the druid away, tell the dwarves as soon as we get Finny out of there, we all need to book it.
Okay, so we'll do that instead. So you use the last of the rope pulling the couple of the big boulders. Actually, there's one. How much can it lift?
About 490.
500.
Perfect.
Or
So one
490.
really big boulder that it yanks and drags out. It has to be over 400 pounds. And he's standing behind it, looking there. The back of the boulder's been chewed away by the little critters. And he's standing there with these wild eyes, a look on his face. And he starts scrambling over the rocks, running towards you.
Let's go, buddy. You're alive.
What the hell was that?
Long story. Let's focus on getting the hell out of here.
You hearing that noise? I've been listening to that noise for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, sure you're pretty addled by now.
I think it's a mouther out there. I heard screams. This is terrible. And he starts running.
It's exactly what it is. And a big one. Biggest I've ever even heard of, let alone seen.
Okay, and you guys rush out of there. We'll let you pull the three of you out, and I'm going to bounce upstairs to everybody else. Good job. I was sure I was going to get to... I'm sure Fendel was not going to make it through here.
When you said 50 feet, I was positive it wasn't good.
I was like, oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Okay. Oop, boy, we got an ad playing.
In the dark subterranean.
Get out of here. Is that the right? That's so wrong. Yeah, there was a gibbering mouther soundtrack I found on YouTube, but unfortunately YouTube decided they wanted to stick an ad in the middle of it. All right, which map are you all on?
This one's pretty.
Yeah, it's not the right one though.
Maybe
That's
it's
up there
just
by that.
right.
No, that's up there with the restaurant is up in the high. Yeah, nothing's happening up there. It's nice and mellow.
Yeah.
Best inn in town. E4.
Gonna be the only inn in town.
Yeah.
The last inn.
Last in, first out.
Aw. Well, we have Fizzban back, and now you got the last in, so it's perfect.
I wish it was Fizzban. Alrighty, and
Mel keeps saying.
oh, and you're all back then. Speaking of Fizzban, before we dive into this next area, I have that. So if anybody wants to read that, especially you, Thorin, if you want to rebuild using the new Dragonborn rules in there, and you can do that after your next level,
Oh heck yeah.
because there's some new stuff in there.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing some of it for a while here.
If it's anything like what do you call it? If it's anything like the UA, it's good.
Yeah, they really changed the breath weapons quite a bit, I hear.
Can use
But
it
I
more
was
than
only
once
reading
a
pieces.
day.
And they do more different stuff. Okay.
The new one you use proficiency instead, so you can do it like 3 times. I would have to be able to do it 3 times.
Is it still a full action?
I think
think
they
you
changed the
attack.
bonus action. I don't know. It's included in its attack now. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right, so top of the round. Odo.
Just so you know, there's nothing on my turn order.
Oh, is that turn order gone from you guys? What if I...
No, it's messed up.
Oh, let's... Okay, well, does anybody else see it?
It says there's 34 children.
Yeah, that's what I see as
Yeah,
well.
that's all I see too.
And that's the only thing on there is the kids?
Yep.
Oh, well, probably because these are new tokens or something when I switch maps. All right, let's just re-roll. It's like the 3rd time we've used this initiative. That's not fair. Clear.
Oh, yes. I got 2 less.
Bringing up the rear.
That's right.
Oh, James, how big were these drinks? Like how large are they as a creature?
Shetland pony size?
All right.
Mastiff size, a really big dog, tiny horse size. They're
All right,
medium.
gotcha.
They only take up
Medium.
1 square.
All right.
Their wings flap out further, but they don't, nothing there. And back upstairs. Okay, everybody on the board?
Yep.
And descending. Odo. Back to Odo again. All right.
Damn, I was hoping someone else would go first. I kind of forgot our plan. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's all right.
That's
It's
the plan.
it wouldn't be the first time.
I'm very tired today. Mal was gonna do what Mal was gonna do, and then we were all gonna attack.
Leroy Jenkins.
Was that the plan?
It was, except Mal is going at the very end here.
I guess I'll move forward and hold my attack until Mal goes.
What's Mal? Well, you have to tell me what the actual trigger is. What's Mal doing that you're going to do?
Drop in web.
Okay. Okay. Wing Drake. Well, you guys aren't trying to be sneaky, so they've noticed you. He comes. Let's see, what is their move anyways? Oh god, character sheet's not going to come up. Oh, it came up. Okay. Flutter. Now, how did you do that when you were using the thing and you were able to find the distance and then your cursor actually followed the map that you created? You were doing that with Mal.
So I was, how did I do that? Oh, I moved my thing and then clicked it and then right clicked.
Oh, look at you go.
So yeah, just do a right click. So move to the first spot, right click, move to the second spot, right click, move to the third spot, right click.
Okay.
And end it where you want it.
Okay, well, he doesn't get that far. He's going to go to right about. Oh, Scheisse.
The seer, yay!
I've wondered how people are doing that Now I know. Cool.
Yep. All right. 2 of the drakes take to the air and come flying this direction.
Web won't work.
Damn
Are they
it.
high up?
20 some odd feet.
Should have suicide bombed him.
They went first.
Do you command the undead spirit to do anything?
It's not my turn yet.
Rakir, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to. Let's see. Is it...
Deacon's
refuse-
praying in the background. I should put him on the board. He's not even on the map.
Oh, Diggy.
All right. I'm gonna dash up to that rock over there,
Hey, look, it put him in order. Weird. Okay,
and then that'll be it.
but you're right where they're at now. You're 20 feet below them.
That rock
Yep,
is
that's
a
fine.
Drake.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, here's a drink.
You're on him.
Quack, quack. All right,
That's
and
rock.
the last one drags his meal up onto the rooftop. All right. Deacon casts some sort of spell. And we'll move on. Mal, finally get to go. Oh, Thorn's going after you, though, so feel bad.
Oh, good. Alright, Mal's gonna look it up over here. And take 2 plinks at the, is he close enough to be considered engaged with him?
10 feet apart. They can't even hit each other.
Oh, okay. Then he will try and sneak over there. Oh, they probably see me. I was in the middle of the road. Never mind. He'll just take 2 shots.
Okay. Yeah, not a lot of sneaking.
Yeah, down the middle of the road, and then off to the side.
Well, wait, you're a halfling, right?
Yeah,
What kind of halfling?
I can hide behind someone bigger. Oh,
Like Boney?
Like me?
oh, is Boney? Oh,
Yeah, you can order Boney to be in the way.
Boney's just following you until you tell him to do something else.
well, yeah, Boney, come here. All right, blast that dragon, then he'll hide behind him.
Nice. Better smarted valor. All right.
And then he'll take 1 shot with his crossbow with a sneak attack.
Okay.
21
That's going to hit.
for 22.
Definitely bloodied it.
Heck yeah.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that will be it. Boney took him. Alright, perfect.
Do you see get the 20 forward necrotic damage?
Oh, no, I didn't. What's that one on? The same one?
Whichever one was closest.
Yep. All right, that blows that one out of the sky.
You didn't specify, so it just attacks the closest thing.
Wow, you're pretty cool, Stinky.
So boom, the crossbow bolt goes over, slams into it. The necrotic blast comes from the undead creature, starts shriveling it up like a creature in a microwave or something. Just shrivels up and then falls and bounces off of Rakir and hits the ground next to him. So it drops from 10 feet above you. This dusty thing. And it's dead. Thorin.
All right, Thorn's gonna run up 30 feet and take his longbow out. Take 2 shots at the one left floating over here.
The 2 means it's 2 squares up. Go for it. Oh, good lord. Critical.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so 17 plus another 9, it's 26, and then roll another damage? Same die, right?
Oh, because of the vicious part?
Yeah.
2d6.
2d6. Okay.
Oh, actually, I think it already added it all up in for you, or already. So you already got your extra damage.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just
2
rolled
rolling.
crappy.
1d8 plus 2 for Dix is to 10. The 7
so-
was the critical part. Oh, there's plus 2d6 in there.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the d8, and then that 2d6 saved the damage a little bit.
6, okay.
That's
So how
neat.
much
That's
total
neat
was
that
that
does
one?
that. So it just 26 damage total on the next one.
Nice.
All right, that ends his turn.
Okay.
Or does he yell, yes, 2 more to go.
Okay. Nasir and Orden, you guys make it up out of the hole. You're at the top of the cave now with Findle. You can see these guys off just blowing some drakes or something out of there. They look like they have it, though. They're about 100 yards off to your northeast, heading towards the bridge. And
Makes
they've got
the most-
them and a bunch of children with them, which I dropped off the map.
Makes the most sense to rejoin them, even if they didn't have kids, but especially since they have kids and are clearly in a battle. Orden would want to skedaddle that way. He'd tell Findazzle he's welcome to come along if he feels safer, or head to Eleander's in the basement, or just come with us. We'll get you safe on the bridge.
He's getting his head together. He goes,
Oh, God.
I have 6 spells for carving rock and creating areas underground that I have prepared. He's really pissed, it sounds like. And what happens? I get stuck somewhere where I can't use them. He's bitching over the side.
He
Looks a little worse for wear, too.
He'd-
He said, I thought maybe if I stuck my head out, I might be able to do something. But no, my head materialized inside the rock, and I almost died.
Next time, I'll teach you how to cast a dome.
Thank you. Oh, no. Top of the round. They're hustling over here. You guys will be there in 2 rounds. This will be done by then, though, and we'll be done
worries.
tonight.
Yeah, I'll just huck 2 javelins at the drake that's flying.
Okay, pop him. He's already been smacked by Thor, and looks like it's nearly dead. Actually, it's trying to turn around and go back. It sees that the children are not such a great thing to have now.
I'm assuming a 17 will miss, but does the 16 hit?
16 hits, and yes, the 16 hits.
So 7 points of piercing damage, I guess.
Almost did it, but not quite. It's now falling towards the ground.
I don't know if you'll let me retroactively. Well, no. When I hit a creature, I'm gonna mark it as my favorite foe.
Oh, there you go.
Something I've never done before.
Go Ranger. All right.
There you go. 6 more.
And it had 5. That'll do it. It drops to the ground as well.
And then I will. The drake is still up on the building, so I will run 70 feet over there using a bonus action. Because it is an enemy.
Yes, this time you get it.
For realsies this time.
You actually get to have your extra move. Okay, new kids. All right.
And then I will, yeah, I'll call it. That's it.
Okay. That's dead. That's dead. Rakir.
Yes. Well, both of the drakes are dead now, right?
Both the drakes are dead. You see the one. Let's see what happens here, actually. One over on the rooftop over there is howling away at the sky. And 1d. What's the number of show up? Hold on. (1d3 minus 1). Let's see what we get. 1. One more Drake enters the brawl. Flying in from, I'll do a clock centered on you. Coming in over the water. Give me a Drake. Nah, it's not 11. Where are you at? There it is. It's over those trees. It's more of a 10. There's 11. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. I'll move 30 feet closer to the one that's in the trees that just showed up. There. Looks good. And I'll kind of try to get its attention, like, hey, over here, and then ready an attack on it.
And the attack is going to what, till it gets closer?
Yeah, because I
The swing range? Got it.
Yeah.
Because you're not our range guy.
Barring throwing my sword at it.
We're going to have to find a way someday. We'll get something.
That
You get you a
and
heavy crossbow.
that
Halfling
and some
throwing.
spell saving throws. Just, you know,
There we go.
not a range guy.
Wisdom would be nice too.
Javelins. The range isn't great, but it still goes.
I
with
ran
strength.
out of them already.
Ah,
All right. Drake number 1. He did his little call thing. That was his action. This one, there was one that just flew down, flies down and does a swoop at you. It's going to do a bite. Oh, 19. Does that hit you?
No.
And then a tail swap as it goes by. That misses as well. And you get
gets
to
his
hit.
ready to attack, though.
Do you get your ready before? I was curious about that. I know his Sentinel he does, but...
If he declared it as soon as it came into range,
Oh,
then as
there
it
you go.
swooped down, yeah.
That hits.
Hits for minimum 8 damage.
Too bad it wasn't at 27. Okay, you cut it barely. It's wiggling around you. It takes its snap and cracks its tail at you, which bounces off your shield and it misses you. Anything else you want? Oh, that's Deacon. That's Drake's turn. Deacon Diggle. What's the range, Deacon? That's pretty far. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. What's the range on that thing? That's a 0 ranger, huh? Okay, what's this one? 60. He's just going to hold his action to save the kids. Okay. Mal.
Mal's gonna dash up to here.
So
And,
Deacon's moved among the children. He's gathered everybody up around him.
oh, good.
I'll save you, the kids. I'm taller than you.
Yeah,
Get in my hamster wheel. Or hamster
exactly. My hamster ball.
ball. Come on, boner. And he'll take a shot at the Drake that's harrying Rakir.
Okay, pop him.
20
That'll do it.
for 20.
Where is it? There it
Shoot
is.
that thing.
Bloodied it. Almost knocked it out of the air. It screams in pain.
All right, a 14 and a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
All right, additional 11 necrotic.
It had 10. Good job. Blast that one out of the air, too. Another one falls down and hits Rakir.
Ugh.
A magnet.
It's raining drakes.
All right. And that's it for you, Mal. Anybody? Thorin.
Thorn's just gonna run up and try to shoot that other one on top of the roof, screaming.
Go for it. Unless you have an advantage, those both missed.
No.
Ah.
He'd just be screaming in frustration. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Top of the round. Odo.
That takes care of all the Drake. No, there's still the one on the damn roof. Can I see him? I don't know
Yeah.
how tall the building is.
Yeah, it's on the edge of the building. You can see it.
2 more pot shots at it.
Oh no, they're raptor drakes.
Yeah. I had to find a sound.
That's awesome.
17 hits.
11 piercing, or 13 piercing damage in total.
Definitely hits him. The javelin flies around and stabs into him. Your swarm flies over and niddles all over him, but the creature still goes. You can see it's raising its head up to the air to call for more help.
Fuck. Favored foe.
Oh, you get extra for that, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Go ahead. 4 more. That'll work. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay. Rick here. I'm gonna run over to another one. This one's way up on the rooftop, though.
I mean, yeah, that is pretty much what I'll do. I'll sort of just run up towards him, and I'll try to draw his attention once again,
Okay.
and that'll be it. And ready another attack.
Okay. One or two, it's going to attack you. 3, it calls for friends. It attacks you.
Oh, thank God.
God, please stop calling friends.
It's got a calling plan. Okay. And takes a bite. Oh, wait. Have you ready to attack or something? You want to swing at it?
Yes.
Go for it.
I have. Alright.
So it swoops down at you.
8 slashing damage.
Yeah, you take a little rip across one of its wings and it drops to the ground next to you. And it gets to attack. It takes a bite. 19, is that hit?
No.
Tail swing. Would a 20 even hit you? It'd have to be a natural, huh?
Yes, I have an AC of 21.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Alrighty, so he misses. Deacon and the children are trying to move further away from the fire and the piles of explosives.
Uh-oh, you left one, Diggy.
Oh, well,
Your
that
child
one could
left
live on his own.
behind.
That's the Dragonborn. He's fine.
Oh, good.
He's
Thorn's
fire
gonna
resistant.
Turn around and I do.
Casual racism.
Hey, you know, casual racism. All right. Deacon, back to Mao.
Alright. Mal's gonna run up here. Come on, boner, let's go. Shoot him. And he'll take another shot. Oh,
Nice
I'm gonna
roll.
Re-roll my 1.
There you go. That's what that luck thing's for.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Good lord.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Disintegrate. Just
42.
How do you want to finish that one off?
Right between the eyes.
All right, you almost move it. It tracks. You track a little bit with it, almost miss. Bring it back and hit it right between the eyes. It drops to the ground, misses Rakir as the third one
Aw.
falls at his feet with a crossbow bolt plumb stuck between his eyes.
Nice.
man, what are the odds?
Yeah, I know, huh? Well, I guess 0.05 times 0.05 is what it is. That's the odds.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, the kids and Deacon catch up to you, as does Orden and Ness here. At this point, as you're up to the edge of the bridge here, Findazzle is with there as well, and he comes over and Findazzle's rushing on up to you, Mal. He goes, Mal, do you still have it? Do you still have it? He's making this little ball shape with his hands.
That's right, I've got it. He flicks his collar. You see that? Right between the eyes.
That's amazing. And he points up to the sky at the huge dragons that's going over. You see the shade flying over the top of you. If you can convince them that it's been destroyed, they'll go away. They don't know. They can't really sense it. They just know it came to this world and it's here. I think that will do it.
Would it make any effect if it were shattered? Would it blow up or would it just break?
Probably would just break. He says, we have the recipe to make more of these.
You give me 10 minutes, I can make you a broken one. A very convincing one.
Get in the trees and make one, because this is mine. I've given my word to protect this.
Well, we're not giving him that one. You lost your mind, bud?
What's your actual words? As he says that, the world starts to fade, and there's this weird, shimmering, glowing thing, and you hear Deacon from the background yelling, "It worked! It worked!" And suddenly the whole world just fades away, and everybody finds yourself in this nice grassy open plain area with there's just wheat blowing. There's a large oak tree hanging over, and there are about 1,500 people scattered over this mile in every direction, standing around in the field, looking around confused.
The fuck worked? What did you do?
Cyrrollalee?
And Deacon's bouncing up and down, pointing off in the distance. She's coming! She's over there! And then he falls to the ground and puts his head down to the ground. And walking through the grass is this halfling who looks pretty simple, just a halfling lady walking over. Nasir and Orden both recognize her. You've seen this woman before who's walking up to you through the grass. She was the barkeep's Beer Belly Billy's wife back at the inn.
Oh,
And this is his wife that's walking up here.
without beer belly.
Without Beer Belly. She's just walking along, and she has a big smile, and her hands are open, and she has it looks like some food in one hand and a wine pitcher in the other as she's walking towards you guys.
Orden
Well
just looks back and
done,
forth.
gentlemen.
Orden just looks back and forth from her to Deacon, like scratching his head, like, what the fuck?
I think it's Cyrrollalee.
Well,
just-
yeah, that's Beer Belly Billy's wife.
Because I think you two were the only ones that were in the adventure who are still with us, who were there that night.
Yep.
I'm sorry. What's happening?
As this halfling is wandering up with this big smile on her face and looking around. Well, gentlemen, welcome to my place. It's about maybe a half mile.
So, if you are you, who is beer belly, really?
My husband and my number one.
Like
Yeah.
Diggy?
That's fine. I'll ask a priest later.
Cocks her head a little bit and smiles. You're funny.
So if we're here, what's happening with Saltmarsh? Is it still burning?
She stops for a moment, looks. It is at the moment. The dragons, though, look a little confused. Looks like things are starting to settle there. The dragons are separating. The fires are still going.
How are the
Oh,
people?
that's nice. The bronze is making it rain. Brass. I think it's a brass. There are no people there. Well, all the good people, all the citizens are here now.
Did you leave the looters?
Well,
No, see those
family's
guys that
family. There's some of them are a pain, aren't they? There's always those part of the family you don't like, but unfortunately, yes, they're all here as well.
you see like 5 guys at the edge of the clearing slowly edging their way backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Pushing the keg, rolling the keg away.
I'm terribly sorry. I can tolerate quite a bit, but I do believe I need some context for what's happening.
Cyrrollalee. She saved us. We did our job. We showed her. I think
These,
Orden's,
we're worth paying attention to.
he
Orden's
holds,
still awestruck, and he says, he looks over at Rakir and says, Beer Belly Billy's wife is a goddess?
Nasir holds up a hand and says to him, says, Deacon Diggle used the artifact of his goddess to summon her. This is her. Say hello.
Oh,
Right?
my apologies.
More along the lines of, I summoned you. You're here now. I think you'll like it, though.
Is everyone else from the town safe?
They should be. They'll be here for about an hour. I think that's as long as I can hold you all here. There is one bit, though, that has to be done. This is the bad news part, I'm sorry. And she looks over at you, Mal. Malatherum, it's time.
Noon? Maybe?
No, time for your trial.
The Fey trial? He starts clapping his hands.
What? Is this
Orden
one where
gets
he?
defensive and says, "You're not taking Mal from us."
This
What do you mean
will,
it's his
No,
time?
I won't take him. I think he'll need your help as well.
Wait.
You've all got to go talk to that green dragon and tell it to back down.
this is like a halfling trial, right? Shouldn't it be like we have to eat like 10 pounds of sausages in one sitting? Isn't that?
She laughs. That's not much of a trial.
I mean,
It's
you can
just
make
second breakfast.
you can make the sausages as big as you want. You're a goddess, right?
Says, there's more of rules and things that I'm not in control of. Let's just say that you need to settle this for this all to end well. So, in a moment or two, all the people here will go back to the nice normal town where everything's looks like it's calmed down pretty much, except for damaged. And the rest of you, I think you're going to have to go see Gnawbones and her boss.
Wait, isn't
And-
that Clowie above Saltmarsh?
Indeed, that's why it's so important. If you don't convince her to stop attacking the town, she'll be right back.
But isn't she busy fighting that bronze dragon? Is she going to have time to talk?
They left.
Oh, I see.
So, here's what I'm thinking, fellas. If we can get our hands on some quality materials, I could create an identical replica of the thing that they're looking for, except broken right down the middle, and we pass it off to them as, if we can't have it, nobody can. Here's your stupid orb.
Are you sure? Are you sure that would fool them?
I can make it look identical.
Ah,
And
but
if it's broken, there should be no residual magic left in there, so I don't think they'd have a way to tell. I could be wrong. I mean, hell, it's a dragon. What the fuck?
Sure, Mal do a little sleight of hand action there, swap one for the
I
other
see.
or something.
And you are sure they're unaware that the bounty that we found there was not just simply the orb, but also the other things we found. He says, sort of like being very cagey about it.
Well, if you think about it, we wouldn't have found the other things at all had we not been clever, so we play dumb.
Well, assume it. See, but my only issue with this is that if you play dumb, but they do not buy it, then all of a sudden we have a very angry ancient green dragon who does not wish us to leave, and I do not think we can do anything to stop them.
So Cyrrollalee, what you're saying is we're actually going to end up in its lair?
Oh, please don't do that. We definitely need to prepare for this.
Says, sorry, boys, that's all the time we have. And we'll end there tonight.
So my thought out of character, if we don't have a choice but to face this thing anyway, we're no worse off if it calls our bluff than if we don't. And if I remember correctly, didn't we bring that place? Didn't we destroy that place when we left so it wouldn't get in the hands of anyone else
Correct.
or seal it or something?
Correct.
So
We totally
and
trashed the shit out of it.
if we hadn't figured out the little puzzle in there, we wouldn't have any of the information. So we all play as though we didn't. And now it's destroyed, and there's nothing. I don't think there's any way they can prove.
I have a big bag of exploding poop.
Here's the thing: is this would be both Adam and Nasir's thinking is that this Clowie is ancient, like old as fuck. So whatever these dragon orbs were basically probably originally in play, in the world, then Clowie probably basically was either there or basically knows about it. So since obviously there are plans for these cannons, I'm assuming these cannons were essentially used before. These aren't something new. It's not something we made. It's something we're rediscovering. So Clowie may be well aware that there's both the dragon orbs and the cannons that they worked with. So she may know that basically that there's more than just basically one orb. That there might be that obviously there might be more buried there. So she won't be like, well, what about all the other stuff in there? We can obviously try and just lie to her, but the whole point is we want to try and convince her. So Nasir can be pretty convincing if he lies, but
Orden, I've got a question too. Do you know about a spell called catapult?
Hey lad, that was my bread and butter back when we first started all of this.
Do you think it'd be able to move a dragon orb fast enough?
my God, that will be a sphincter tightening roll, even with advantage.
Don't miss,
I'm
don't
just saying-
miss, don't miss,
Don't miss.
I'm just saying, if worse comes to worse.
Oh, I would love to see it come down to a single roll. I would never force it to that, but damn.
I have been holding on to an inspiration for a very long time.
In fact, I went through all of your character sheets and added one back on to everybody.
Oh my
thank
god,
as
I
well.
was wondering what that was.
Yeah, we
So I'm
get
thinking, you know what? We haven't awarded one in a long, long time.
we get bless up. We get help actions from the help actions. We get inspiration. We can hire a bard just to sing at us when we do this. We stack the deck hard.
Yep.
Well,
All right. Well, let's cut it there, guys. I know some of you need to cut out. It's getting late.
Oh, that was
I can
awesome.
ask for my god's favor and guidance too. In fact, if we have the ability to make more orbs, that might be the best option. Just
Well,
take
the
Cyrrollalee out.
the problem is basically that I think we hadn't really gotten very far in that. Now our home base is completely trashed. So the ability to sort of basically put together a manufactory is going to be difficult at best.
Are the orbs magical, James?
Yes.
Okay.
They have other powers that you have not discovered yet, besides just being a cannonball.
Yeah, I assume they have like whatever they do, the dragons are terrified of them. So they must have some really hardcore anti-dragon properties that we don't really understand.
I can create the means to throw them. I can do that in 10 minutes with the same spell as the other one, but I don't have the means to recreate the magical ones, at least not that quickly. That's going to take time and effort and a place
Yeah.
and all that.
Same thing.
So the main thing you do know, because you saw Thorin playing with one when you guys first got it, and he was attacked, he was assaulted by the stone, was that it does like a hold person on dragons.
Does it have
So-
to be launched at him for that, or is that like a command word type of thing?
Be launched at them. So basically, you shoot at them, and the dragon stands still and lets itself get hit.
Wait. Oh, really?
Yeah. So every
Oh.
hit will be at advantage because it's not moving.
Well, okay. So are they paralyzed?
Like a hold person type thing. So they don't fall out of the sky, but they stand there dumbfounded, going, "Whoa, what's that pretty thing coming at me?"
No.
We can just experiment on Thorin. and be
Paralyzed.
There you
okay.
go.
Actually, paralyzation. So they're incapacitated then.
Yes.
No, they're not, because if they don't drop out of the sky, then I don't know what they do to them, because hold person paralyzes you, which basically moves your
Oh.
speed to 0 and basically makes everything that hits you after that be crits. That's like nasty.
Yes, and that's pretty much what it's doing, except for they don't fall out of the sky. They just stand there dumbly.
I don't know
Okay.
if they auto crit. I know you get advantage.
When you're
I'll
paralyzed,
dig it out for next time.
Yeah.
And then make sure I know which one.
auto crits.
yeah, paralyzed is
Okay.
one of the nasty ones because you do get auto crit. That's what makes ghouls so nasty, because they paralyze you.
And the other question is, out of character, I mean, we're all sitting at 8th level. I think we're all at 8th. Do we even have the firepower to take out an ancient dragon, even if it was paralyzed for like 2 or 3 rounds?
Sweating.
We will be basically we will be the delivery system for the dragon orb. That's basically what we do. It could look at us, breathe once, and it'd be like, well, let's re-roll.
Right.
All right, guys, new campaign.
Yes.
Yeah, we absolutely cannot fight this ancient green dragon. We can, depending on basically
So
what
what is
Bones is, maybe her, but I don't know.
So I have a question. What does she mean by a trial?
Yeah, like we have to face it.
So we'll have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, because I interpreted that very differently, like Mal is being put on trial with charges in a
oh
court.
no,
No, not that type of trial.
like a
Okay.
trial of
More like-
worthiness.
More like Hercules trials type
Okay.
of thing.
It's
Yeah,
like,
she's
okay,
like-
because
Is it against
directly
law?
directly after that,
Yeah.
she said we had to go talk to it. So it was like, oh, okay, so
Yeah, she's like, yo, I want this thing done. So yeah, I guess this is your trial now. How convenient.
It's nice being a god.
Yeah, I'm curious why we quote unquote have to, because I don't think any of us except maybe Mal, are wanting to.
Exactly.
And on the whole, what doing it is only beneficial to us if we can do it. Getting the
Right.
Greed to basically to back off and stop attacking us would be good, because also, more importantly, getting Gnawbones to back off, because she basically has control of all the thugs that are being thrown at us over and over. So if we can convince her to stop doing that, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we have a backup in case our fool or our plan doesn't work, our ruse.
Well, I don't know that we do though, because we've only got the one orb, and if all it's going to do is incapacitate it, paralyze it for a period of time, we could maybe get ourselves out of there. But that's what I was saying before. Even if we paralyzed it and gave it everything we had for like 3 rounds, I don't know that we'd dent it or do more than bloody it at most.
Yeah, again, basically, if we had a whole bunch of cannonballs and we could basically chain stun her and kill her with that might work. But we definitely do not have the personal power in order to take her down, unless we can basically keep her from attacking us. It was once she gets the opportunity to breathe on us, it's done.
I gotta say, I'm glad Silvertongue's coming with us then.
Yep. Yeah. This isn't a fight your way out of deal.
Well, right. That's why, like, the rest of us are just kind of along for the ride, and like, I can give you guidance, but that's about all I got. If I open my mouth, I'm just gonna piss it off.
So just for reference, basically from my notes, it says that basically recreating more dragon orbs will require 50,000 gold pieces to set up a production line, and then the orbs themselves, once we've got that manufacturing produced, will be 500 gold a piece. So we don't have enough. We don't have enough in the party funds. If we all contributed, we could probably get enough. I don't know how long it will take, but that would be the only way I think we could have even basically the slightest chance of fighting an ancient green dragon, if that's if that's our backup plan.
And with the fabricate spell, that might adjust. It won't adjust the cost of materials, but the cost of labor, and that's only if he had time devoted to doing a couple every day, because he's only got 2 of those slots a day.
Considering they're magic items, that's basically that'd be a DM call, right?
No, the orbs he couldn't recreate, but the launchers are mundane items. They're just crafted. Those he can spit out 2 of those a day.
Oh, can he do something that complicated?
Yeah, anything. If you read the spell, if you have the materials, it's legit anything other than a magic item. I don't remember how it's worded.
Well, that'll save us 20,000 gold, because as the material cost for each cannon is 2,000 gold per one.
Well, we'd still need the material cost. We just wouldn't need the labor and time.
Yeah.
Because he's got to have the materials, and it says the quality of the objects made by the spell is commensurate with the quality of the raw materials. So as long as the materials are on point, then the quality of the launcher will be.
So it's cannon factory 20,000. Won't need that because of your spell, but the material cost for basically each cannon is 2,000 gold. So at least 2,000 gold to make a cannon, and then basically the 50,000 to set up the production for dragon orbs, and then 500 for each orb after that.
And that's assuming that Orden just pounds out 2 of those a day forever,
Yep.
My thought is get the dwarves going building them, but then he can create a small supply that we have on hand to protect wherever they're
Really,
and it was all that money that the drow told you about too somewhere.
Yeah, really. Well, actually, that's also thing we asked about next week is what's the timetable here. I mean, she gave us a trial, but she didn't give us basically tell us how long we had to do it. So if we have enough time, we have a lot of options. If she's giving us basically a very short one,
make your plan to get there with what materials you have on you at this moment, because you're not walking there; you're being transported there as soon as she waves a hand.
Are we getting a short rest in at least?
Yes, absolutely. Hell, let's
Yeah,
call it a
okay.
long. After this,
gonna
let's call it a
say.
long
Long
rest.
rest. Okay, I was saying hopefully.
all right.
This
So
whole
yeah,
town is going to be safe for 8 hours. Everybody can get a nice long rest in the city, and then they'll all go back home again. And, well,
Alright.
depending on what
I've gotta
happens
head
with you
out
and the
now,
dragon.
so-
Yes, me too.
I'll see you guys.
later, man. So yeah, so
Hey,
basically we won't be able to produce anything one of any time. So we're gonna have to talk our way out of this. Can't fight the dragon.
Yes. And hopefully it
Question-
won't be the whole night too.
The question is how
Yeah.
does
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rob.
I've had so much fun today. I gotta go though, but this
All right,
has been
have a good one.
great. Me too.
See you Sunday.
See you, bud.
Let's talk online.
Oh no, I
guys.
won't. No, I won't. It's Halloween
No,
Sunday.
not this Sunday. Yep.
Yeah,
we'll talk on
Halloween.
the channel.
All right,
All right,
chat
guys.
On, our Discord,
All
guys.
right, well,
Yes, and I'll put some notes on there and fill it in the details on there, so we can dive into it when we get back together.
Hey, Ordo, Tyler, to answer your question, check out the experience log. I'm not sure where you guys are at. I assumed we were all about 8th level because I am, but I don't know where you guys started in relation to us.
I think we
I
were all
have no
7
idea
until we
where that
took a long
is.
rest.
Yes, I'll do the experience points between now and then, and I will imagine you will all level up between the next
Well, yeah,
adventure.
it was.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, it was only Adam or Nasir and Orden.
Yes.
And yeah, only us two that leveled up.
Yeah, just the long haulers. Everybody else was just a little bit behind. Some were only like 50 or 500 or
Right.
something. So there's plenty that from the last couple of nights. It's been 3 weeks, 3 games.
So we should be damn near there. Hell, I think even the new guys
Everybody is.
might hit. Yeah,
Good. We're gonna need that.
we're gonna need it. Yeah, Jakes.
So at least everybody's at the same level now. Cool.
So
Well, everyone, have a great time. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Enjoy Halloween.
indeed.
Y'all do the
Sounds
same.
good.
Maybe stay
Thanks,
safe.
Yeah.
Serge.
It's going to be
Thanks, guys.
40 degrees here. Winter in
Cold.
Colorado. Yeah, poor
Finally.
kids. Yeah.
The wind is so brutal.
Yes. Where are you at?
I'm in Littleton. And
Here in Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought you did.
Oh, I missed it if you said it. It's not like you didn't tell me. I just probably forgot.
Well, I also don't say much, but yeah, every time you've been talking about the weather of Colorado,
Yeah, you
and I've
mentioned
been
no time.
talking
I figured you were just like used to be here or something.
Oh
Now you got
no, it's like actively here.
Where's Littleton? I'm looking on a map now.
Uh,
Oh, south of Denver. I drive through all the time.
yeah.
Well, we go up 25. We probably miss it, actually. Cool. All right. Well, have a wonderful one.
Yeah.
Thanks,
you all
guys.
too.
Take
All
care.
right.
Thank you.
Later, all.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye.
Bye bye.